Good morning, Sassy fam. You know, I love the smell of tarot first thing in the morning. That and coffee, especially coffee. But yes, here we are at another Sunday check-in. Happy good morning to you, or afternoon, or evening, whenever it is that you're seeing this. But yeah, what's up, you guys? What's going on? I hope you are well. I hope you are fabulous. You all, thank you so much for your well wishes and wanting to know how's it going. How's it going with writing? Oh, can you tell, darling? Look at this face. Look at this face. No, I'm happy. I knew it would be. I love it. I love writing. I'm so happy to have gotten back into that role, and it's been absolutely wonderful. You know, my new employers, they're just so appreciative and supporting and innovative, you know, on top of things. I love it. I love it. And my initial work has been described thusly as, quote unquote, cheeky. And I was also said, we want more of it. That's how you know. That's how you know it's on. That's how you know it's correct. When people really appreciate what it is you have to bring to the table. So they want more of the cheek. They want more of the flair. Also been described as, loving it, you guys. So thank you so much. But here we are. We are here for our Sunday check-in. And what are we going to do today? Of course, we're going to do our yours and theirs. Like always with yours and theirs. Take what resonates, leave what does not. And reverse those energies as you see fit. More so with yours and theirs, as energy exchange, interchange is real, rapid, and fluid. That being said, your person that I say in this board today may not necessarily be about or involve a significant other, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, lover, ex-type situation. It's whomever's in that dynamic as I'm describing it. So, could be about a family member or friend. I don't know. It's up to you. Going back to the main point, take what resonates, leave what does not, etc. You guys, like always, your sign will be timestamped in the description box as well as the comments because I got you, baby. Is there anything else? It's almost October. Yay! Don't get me wrong, September is always such a powerful month. It has always been a powerful month in my book, but nothing really gets me amped up like October 1st. Seriously, the first day of October, and that's when I don't know. We're still in Libra season at that point, but I can feel it. I can feel the energy rise, right? And I just feel a little extra Scorpio, feel a little extra crispy. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I am one of those absolute fall junkies, which just as to say, I appreciate the season. I've got other favorites too. I'd have to say, I don't know. I suppose in the order of things, I really do like things starting at fall. Second favorite season then is winter, then spring, and then summer. Don't get me wrong, summer has its merits. It's not without its benefits and pros, but I don't know. I just live for that season. Maybe it's because I live in Texas and we have such extreme heat. And it's nice just to have different weather. You are either hot or mildly cool. And that mildly cool happens like 20% out of the year. It's not a lot. So I think it makes sense then that I would kind of be a little bit more amped up for the fall/winter. So yeah, anything that just kind of is a break from the sweltering heat. It's nice. All right, you guys, that's enough about that. Enough weather talk. Let's get into it. I will see you at your sign. Leo, you're up first. But of course you are, darling. Why wouldn't you be? What's going on? Show me Leo, please. Show me Leo and their person. Show me Leo and their person. Show me Leo and their person. One more, I think. Show me Leo, please. Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's up? What's going on? Two of Pentacles. You're like, I don't know either. Okay. Keep on. Two of Swords. I definitely don't know. And the Ten of Cups. What's going on, honey? What's going on? Why are we confused? Let's keep going. I'll get back to you. Three of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. And the Star. Wow. Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Hanged Man. Oh, it's on delay. Okay. All right. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah, it's not that you're not feeling something. The Knight of Cups is in your overview. So again, once more, the Knights are responsible for delivering our thoughts, feelings, behaviors, actions outside of ourselves. Now, sometimes, don't get me wrong, I can see it come towards us. But default, this is your Knight of Cups, your emotional flow, okay, that you would like to express outside of you, where your heart would aim, express itself, this kind of thing. It's feeling a certain way, and it wants to go out. It wants to be deployed. Now, what it would deliver, I don't know. But typically the idea is softness of the heart, vulnerability, romanticism, any of these emotions that suggest vulnerability, softness, and softness of one's flow. This is how I would put my love out into the world, yeah? So it's there, it's in you. I see the softness in you. And when it comes time to delivery, though, you're like, is it though? Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, why are you talking yourself out of it? Why? There's what you're feeling and there's what you're doing, and they're two different things. You're like, I don't know about that. I'm not so convinced. Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Now that's a lot of delay, and it's not an accusation. But on this one, I would really just truly advise you some simple advice. Go with what you feel here. Because your mind's trying to take over the dialogue, and I think it has succeeded in many ways with that Two of Pentacles. Because you're saying, I don't know how to deliver it, and I'm not even convinced that that's where my heart wants to be. And yet, yet 10 of Cups is there. I know you know what emotional security is. I know you know what emotional safety is. Okay? I know you do. Trust what you're feeling. You don't need to talk yourself out of it. You know where your emotions are supposed to go, where they should be. All right? Trust that. Has it been a while since you've... I'm going to take a crack at that. Has it been a while since you deployed the old knight there? It's easy to talk ourselves out of it if it's been a while, you know, because he's the one most in charge of vulnerability, you know. Has it been a minute since we've opened up, Leo? That's okay. It might be worth your while. You want to see who's kind of like in a suspended state? I don't know where they are in approximation to you, because they seem to be at a distance from you. Nine of Pentacles, the Star. Now that distance, take that as a metaphor. They could be down the street for all I know. Right? But the point is that they're not immediately connected to you in terms of emotional presence. Okay? They could be. That's here as well. Let's talk about it. Three of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Star. Wow. You know, good for them. They have the sense of big, bold, beautiful energy attached to them. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm just saying they're rocking their own thing. And they do well. You know, they do well for themselves. They emphasize a sense of personal responsibility, stability, and a can-do spirit that I admire deeply, because the Star is backing it up. So this person's not just a dreamer living in Dreamsville. They work through their dreams. And I'm not saying that they are perfect, like I said, or even successful. But from their point of view, they do what they feel is correct. They try to live up to their vision, whatever their vision is. But they do seem to be at a distance from you. And it does seem like you two are trying to search and find your way towards each other. And is that where the delay is coming from? You know? You're not sure if you can open up in that direction. I've seen something like this for you before, and I can't say I'm surprised. Collectives go through what they go through. And it's not till they get on the other side of things that I start to see other things. So I apologize if this is on repeat. This does feel like it's familiar to your sign. I'm not saying they're all like this, but I've come across these kind of pockets for you before. I distinctly recall these. And that's saying something, honey, because I don't always remember them. Now, Page of Wands, Queen of Wands, the Hanged Man. Yeah, look at you. Look at you, right there. All your beautiful fire. God, there's a big part of you that's so compelled not to just open up towards us emotionally, but in terms of passion and ambition and I want to open up to the little guy, and I think you will. But the Hanged Man is there. It's almost like you're telling me not all the components are in place, but your energy is definitely rising towards it. I'm not saying any absolutes for you. I do know that when you allow yourself to contemplate on it, your energy rises towards it in a way that says yes as opposed to no. But when it comes time for the delivery, sometimes we talk ourselves out of it. Okay? Let's pull some more for you. Actually, no, let's get the advice first, of course. Let's get the advice, please, for Leo. It was beautiful. It really pulls out some natural instincts for you, your natural elements here, being fire-oriented. Positive as I see it, you know, and that's a good thing. You want to be in your natural state of grace when you connect to somebody or you feel that you could, because that means it's provoking in you the right elements. I'm going to split. Now we're going to shuffle them out. Let's shuffle them out. Oh, there's your Knight of Wands. Yeah. Ace of Swords. You know the truth about your energy. Okay. You know how it rises towards the situation. You've actually thought about it. This is a known truth to you. What you do with that sword is up to you. Sword implies action. To abide by your truth and act on it, or to cut it out. Still your choice. I can get advice for you all day long. It's down to you at the end of the day, and that's if you resonate. The Emperor here, Ace of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Make it declarative. Stand in your power. You already know what to do. You feel it. Your truth is here. It's just when the Two of Swords, when it's powerful enough and we delay long enough with the Two of Pentacles, we can talk ourselves out of that truth real quick. But the Empress suggests empowerment. You know how you would act. Okay, trust in that. I agree. Oop. I 1000% agree. Absolutely. Some of you might be some double or triple fires in there. Aries, Sag, it's all in there. Come on now. Yeah. Unexpected message. Yeah. Crossroads. Yeah. That kind of speaks for itself. We're at that crossroads. We're at that juncture, right? Open up. Unexpected message to be received or to be deployed by you. Some of you have been transformed or in a transformative state. Perhaps Leo, for some of you, is your Pluto assignment. Don't worry about that. It either is or it isn't. But the idea is that we're in a transformative state, particularly in regards to our truth and how we're going to act on it. Okay, so it's there. It's coming. It's coming. What you will decide, it's coming. It's going to hit you, and then you'll act on it. I don't think we need any of these hidden truths oracles. I'm just not feeling it, and I'm going to go with that feeling. I don't feel that reminiscence here. It really seems to be a matter of opening up versus not, and that you have the goods. I know you do. Just stand by your decision with confidence. You'll be all right. All right? Is there anything else? Oh, really, I'm surprised. I looked at the timing deck, dismissed it, and then I was told no. Go back to that. Okay, you got it. That one tried to. Oh. Not August. Not August. Some of you tried to rule it out in August. But it's still with you. You just concluded August was not the time. For some of you. On a Tuesday. Very specific that is. Oh, and on a hot day. Before or after sunset. On a hot day, on a Tuesday. So, in other words, more immediate. You just, for some reason, for some of you, you ruled out August. I don't know why. That's for some of you. Oh, how specific. Isn't it fun? For some of you, you might aim towards November. Might. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot's the proof of choice, not the absence of it, as the Ace of Swords dictates, or rather demonstrates. Okay. We have the letter X. We have the little spatula. Some baby cooking, or loves to cook, profession, hobby. Dragonfly, again, once more, the sign of real transformative effect. Okay. We've come a long way in this, whatever it is. In other words, it's telling me you've come a long way in this particular decision and why it's so important and it seems to weigh on you. May you have success in it, okay? Because it looks like you'd like to. I see the way you rise towards this. Okay? Rely on that sense of empowerment and confidence. You'll be fine. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag. Welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Sag in their person, please. Show me Sag. Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board. But as I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's up? What's going on? Nine of Pentacles. Your strength. Ace of Pentacles. Good for you. Yes, I know that sounds sarcastic. That's just how I always sound. Don't worry about it. I mean that. That's beautiful. Two of Wands, the King of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. Okay, someone might join you on that journey eventually. But for now, I want you to focus on you. Seven of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Overviews the Star. Yeah, I see that. No. You're focused on very important things, and I love this. You are really the definition here of making your dreams come true. You're almost like a force to be reckoned with here with strength there. With the Star, Strength, Ace of Pentacles, you're like, I know what's up. I know what my focus is. I am a force. I am the storm. Except you're like, I'm the star though. So we're substituting the storm for the star. Okay, if I was doing in-depth, that's what I'd be calling your message, because that's really impressive. It's beautiful. It's bold. I love it. Go, Sag, go. No, that's fantastic. Keep on keeping on. Guided by the star. You're determined to follow this particular star. You're rising towards it. You have a very strong sense of security and longevity attached to you both. You're a high producer right now. You have made a fantastic new beginning. It's looking heavily like a job and or monetary opportunity. Go, Sag, go. Bless you, keep on keeping on. And you're saying it's taking strength of will. I know, that's what it is to be independent and to activate an Ace of Pentacles, is that you need strength. You know, it's no easy thing. I'm not surprised you're showing me strength. You don't need strength really to live under the sun, you know, unless like I'm determined to be happy. But you would need strength to follow a star, because it takes a lot of work to keep allowing yourself to be navigated by something that's far out there. But there's a dream attached to it, right? To wish upon a star. So you keep on keeping on. This is beautiful. This is fantastic. You are such a force here. Good job. All right. Now, Two of Wands, King of Pentacles, Hangman. I don't know who this is, but it's almost like they're waiting to catch up to you in due course. Now, they have a sense of practicality attached to them. Head of household, right? Strong sense of nurturing and caring, one hopes. I don't really know. I'm not clarifying. But, you know, they at the initial onset, you know, someone who's practical, solid. And it's almost like, how do I explain this? The Two of Wands with the Hanged Man there. It's almost like they're literally waiting to join you in time. So I don't know who that is to you. Someone who needs to catch up to where you are? I don't quite know. I don't know catching up to you in terms of spiritually, real world activity. Physically, yeah, for sure. Okay, because you are clearly squarely doing your thing, and it's fantastic. I don't quite know how they fit in your life yet. It's a ... type thing, and how they make their presence known, I really don't know. The thing is, Seven of Wands, Page of Swords, King of Pentacles, the Knights of Pentacles, it's almost like you're telling me you don't have time for distractions, so there's a good chance you don't know anyway. You know, you really don't have time for minor distractions. You just don't. I see that you have boundaries up, not that you're not, excuse me, it's not like you're blocking this person. It's more like you're blocking anything that might obstruct your path. It's like, I've come too far and I've worked too hard. You know, it's really like saying trimming the fat. I just don't have any time for nonsense. So it's not to be rude to this person or anyone. It's just you're showing me extreme focus. That's it. It has nothing to do with this person, because they're literally on standby. I have no idea where they are. They're not where you are. Not yet. Like I said, it's almost like they're waiting to join you in time. I'm sorry it's so vague. I really don't know. But the delay is attached to them or their arrival in terms of being an appearance or a person of significance in your life. Okay? So in other words, you would have no reason to know. You're not looking. You're here. You're not looking there. You're looking that way, or maybe that way. But you're not using your peripheral right now. You see what I'm saying? That's what this is. You've got your Knights of Pentacles set in a particular direction. It's like you're saying, I don't have time for distractions, and it looks like you don't. You look great. You're really in the business of Sag right now. I am living for this. I'm loving this. Fantastic. Good on you. Good on you. Let's get some advice. I don't think you need it, but just for fun. You know, we're here, right? Let's do our job. So let's get some advice, please, for Saggy. What's up? Isn't there a song? What is that? That's beside you in time. It is Beside You in Time. That's 9 Inch Nails, early work. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not hearing the song. I'm just saying the title, Beside You in Time. I'm pretty sure it's 9 Inch Nails. Yeah, there you go. Big fan of the early work. So it's either going to be The Pretty Hate Machine, or Downward Spiral. But sorry. Could you tell the 90s was a huge influence for me? That in the 80s, it's true. It's true. It's true. What are you going to do, honey? Gen X. I mean, you know. All right. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice. The Sun. 4 Swords. You've rested on happiness and what? Yeah, baby, you got this. You got this in the bag. It's so. I mean, you are killing it. Look at that. The Sun, 4 Swords, the King of Cups. You had a really strong consultation between you and you about what makes you happy, and because you've really took the time to sort that out. So I told you, the Sun, you don't need strength, and you just kind of proved that. We can contemplate on it, rest on it. Okay, what makes me happy? And we have that quiet dialogue with ourselves. Okay, and if we're listening, if we're really listening to ourselves and we're not self-sabotaging, we're not allowing fear or limitations to creep in and hijack the conversation, when we're having a nice, calm conversation with ourselves about what makes us happy, we feel it, we're in tune with it, we don't reject it, we accept it. And then we start to make it happen. So every time you have a little check-in with you, you know you're happy. And you take that happiness, you take that love you have of what you have for yourself and whatever else, you put it into your star, and you're just killing it. It's beautiful. Like I said, you're not really a storm here, but you are a star. All right, let's keep on keeping on. I love that. People ask themselves all the time, what makes me happy? And then as soon as they start to get that whisper, they start shutting it down. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. That sounds stupid. Yeah, there you go. It's gone. It's lost. Try again next time. Maybe next time, shut up in your head and actually listen to what you're trying to express to yourself. So you have some of you have done the work, counsel and therapy. That's a good indication of what I just saw right here, really resting on it, coming to terms. Let's say it wasn't traditional counseling and or therapy. Do you understand the healthy dialogue that I'm talking about is right here? That's what I'm talking about. You had a healthy dialogue where you're open to influence that's positive, listening to yourself in a healthy, loving way. Yes, that's what that means. Let's see, financial loss and control tactics. There was a sense of, we will never, ever be in a position again where we're restrained in our activities, work activities specifically, of being checked in one place due to financial loss. That's the fear of limitations. You decided to break that. So some of you have that pattern of staying locked into a job, into a career, because you're afraid of change. I'll lose this, I'll lose that, but you absolutely hate it. That was self-imposed fear tactics for some of you. And you got really tired of those limitations, particularly the fears of the mind. Not once did you show me fears of the mind. And this is what happens when we listen to ourselves. Okay? And we stop seeing change, when rather we see opportunity as a good thing, a positive thing, and it's going to take work, yes, but we're worth it. Not this crap that keeps us in place. Oh, this, that, and the other. And no. No. We had a good job. Good job on you. Really good job on you. I'm very proud of you. This is fantastic. Whoever they are, in time. In time. I don't know why they're marked with so much delay. They're otherwise solid. But you'll see in time, I suppose. So it really wasn't a there so much as it is a yours. But there is a there there. There's a hint. It's like their light. You ever had like a good bubble water? It's really not the flavor. It's more like a scent. This is more like scent of something that could be there in time. Oh, yes. Oh, look at that. Yeah, speak of the big star. There it is again. Big star right there. Look at that. Letter C. And the medallion of you. That is so funny because obviously, letter C, and I have 2 prominent Sag placements in my chart. So that gave me comfort as well. That's lovely. That's so nice. So yeah, hopefully this resonates with you. But yeah, that is bloody fantastic. You guys, let's pull some more because I don't want you to think it was just all about me. No, in those moments when I genuinely get it, I tell people. But that's it. I leave it alone because people want to know if I ever resonate with some of the portions. And more often than not, the answer is no. But if it's yes, I'll tell you. That's all. So let's pull some more, just in case. We have the little star. Stop it. Oh, my God. Little star, big star. I got all the dreams, Christina. I'm working on all of them. Yeah. And then we have the dragon in reverse. Aries, Leo, Sag, but that's not the point. That's not the point. Not domineering. Not domineering. Not controlling. No fire-breathing tactics here. Just genuine hard work of self-propelled of one's will. Okay? Something here about no sense of control or anger or anything like that. It's not like that. And then we have the medallion of Gemini, but it's in reverse. Keyword here being intelligent. Some of you are pretty smart cookies. Okay. You guys, Saggy, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Aries. What's going on? What's going on for Aries? One more. Show me Aries, please. What's going on for Aries? Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in that intro, you reverse those energies as you see fit. What's up? Temperance. You're like, I'm chill. 9 of Cups. You're super chill. The High Priestess. You are so chill. You're not on planet Earth. I love it. Bye. You don't need to be here. I know. I know, but Christina, the other part, though. The Page of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, the King of Cups, eh? That's interesting. Okay. Okay. 6 of Cups. Okay. 4 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, something happening. It's interesting. It's just, it's taken a while. Okay. I got a little bit of hindsight energy here. That's all right. That happens. Overview in the 2 of Wands. You know what? You're showing me you are in a no pressure zone emotionally. This is great. The fire signs are doing great. Don't get me wrong. I saw a little hesitation in Leo, but for the most part, they know what they felt. Sag, fantastic. You are doing fantastic. I am loving this. The fire signs are just, tarot's not a competition. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying it's a nice way. It's a nice way to start the day. You know what I'm saying? So 2 of Wands in your opening, you are in a little bit of waiting. It's not really the point. The idea is you're a little bit more upfront, more in the present, right? More in the sense of this is where I'm at right now. And thus I'm making reflections and decisions accordingly. But it's in a non-rushed state, as it should be. Temperance, 9 of Cups, the High Priestess. Wow. Gorgeous. Bloody wow. So Sag showed me external, this is what I'm doing. You're showing me internal, this is what's up. I feel good, Christina. I've achieved a sense of harmony within myself. And I love that. I am absolutely loving that. You look so calm. You look so peaceful. I would say tranquil, darling. And with Aries, that word don't come by too easily. You know what I'm saying? That's not a knock on your sign, honey. It's just you are naturally someone who can recycle your own energy. So you tend to be very a force of nature. So to see you being like, I'm right here. And I'm good. I'm more than. I love myself. I love my life. We're in the chill zone. And I love this. I love this for you. Look at that. So steady. You're emotionally like this. Steady. Calm as a cucumber. You're like, there's nothing I can't handle. I'm tempered. I am temperance. I am the personification of patience and self-love and harmony. And all that shit. And P.S. I'm intuitive. So don't try to sneak nothing past me. And we're good. I love this. Look at you. Calm, patient, self-love, self-appreciation. To stay in the moment. Okay? To show gratitude in the moment. And then P.S. Hey, you're intuitive. It's so quiet. It's so calm. It's so peaceful. I love this. You're beautiful, babe. You are gorgeous. Now, let's talk about this. Page of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups. I have somebody super cas, like super, super cash, kind of reflecting in hindsight, kind of wish I had opened up to this more. This connection and their feelings to you, their feelings to the connection, a little bit of both. And now the Page of Pentacles, it may not seem impressive, but of all the pages, is the one that's most capable to generate activity, which is good. So that means she's, the most likely to plant that seed and get something going. But the Wheel of Fortune's passed, and there's much reflection from this person's heart space that's kind of saying, looking back on it, maybe I should have invested in this connection, because I feel good about it now. So they have a fuller heart for you, this connection now. But it's in reflection of, maybe I should have planted that page a long time ago. So I don't know how reminiscent it is. So that's why we needed this over here. And this actually tells me quite a bit. 6 of Cups, 4 of Cups. Oh, okay. And the Queen of Pentacles. So here we have some sort of soul bond connectivity. And there has been upset or discord between these two. But here's the thing. It's not at a loss. You're not seeing it as a loss. I don't think either of you seeing it as a loss. Both of you are seeing it as a matter of self-worth. That this connection, no matter how difficult it was, distraught as it may have been, uneven as it may have been with the 4 of Cups, always suggests emotional unevenness to some extent. Especially when it's shared between two, like it is here. Literally shared between two. While you both felt the connection or attached to it in some way that was spiritually and emotionally significant, particularly as it relates to memories of the past, i.e. nostalgia, you are both disappointed by it in some way as well. And it's usually in that sense of two people not being on the same page, not sharing their emotions when they feel them in living in that moment, taking the connection for granted because it's just so easily connected to whatever you want to do it. It adds up to many ways over time. But the Queen of Pentacles here, in both your respective ways, you can reflect on it equally and say, this was worthy of me. I learned a lot from it. I took a lot from it. It helped me understand myself better. So it's good that you both, in your own ways, can reflect on it and say, this connection taught me a lot about growth. And whatever else happened between us, we were both worthy of this connection, if for no other point than it helped us better understand ourselves. In that respect, I have to agree with you. So long as it's learned, it's not at a loss, it's never a waste, it's not a failure. Okay. So what happens with this person, I don't know. They have, it seems, a fuller heart for this now or in future than they did in the past, specifically about choices made and the investment where it should have gone from their point of view, not yours. Your own point of view is your own point of view. You're just happy and loving yourself and you're so present-oriented. I love it. So what comes of that, I don't know. Let's get some advice. But I like the appreciation here. Okay. And no matter the upset happened between these two, it doesn't matter. If you can both take away from it and understand how it applied to you, then it's never a loss, it's never a failure. Okay. It will always lend to your sense of self-worth, so long as you indeed can learn from it. And that connection, if it is indeed a soul bond, you never really lose it. It stays with you. Whether or not they will ever drop that page and make use of it, I don't know. It does not do really to dwell on how we should have invested, but rather what we can learn about that sense of, I wish I had done now. What does it mean now? Why are we reflecting on that now? I wish them well. I don't mean that to be cruel. It's here. I can tell that you both appreciated and learned from it and understood that it was a matter of self-worth on both of your sides. Okay? You connected for a reason. Yeah. Queen of Cups, the 2 of Cups. Yeah, lots of love there. There's lots of love here. And sadness, too, with the 5. 5 and 6 are both reminiscent of the past. You both had love for this, and you were both hurt by it simultaneously. But like I said, so long as we can understand the value and how it affected our lives and that kind of thing, it's never a loss. So you have done a beautiful job of emotional recovery, as you showed me. Okay. Beautiful. Knight of Swords, Judgment. Interesting. Okay, now I got some. Okay. Seven of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Judgment, Knight of Swords. Someone here, I do not know who, has a distinct lesson. I could see where the love was equally shared and equally hurt by. Okay. You've done a good job healing, recovering, and being at peace with yourself, etc. In fact, I just see you on your own emotionally and spiritually, but it's beautifully, powerfully done. So overall, you're awesome. But here we have one lesson at least tied to one person. That is the judgment call to stop avoiding and start putting ourselves into. Instead of looking back on something in hindsight, this is what I should have done. Now that I have a stronger appreciation for it, and start doing. This is someone's deliberate lesson. Stop reflecting on what you would have done and do something. Stop avoiding it. Seven of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. That's the avoidance of the real work. You have to make a conscious decision to act with the Knight of Swords. That's very distinct. Whom the advice applies to, that's on you to know. Or whomever's watching. But failure to act, you don't have an excuse. Reminiscing in hindsight, no. So I'm assuming it applies to this person, but it's still a judgment call for somebody. In other words, you don't just have to live on the reminiscence. You can do something. All right? Somebody can. But it's neither here nor there. I like where you are. So what somebody else does or fails to do or chooses not to do because they still think they can't put anything into it, that's avoidance. That does not detract from where you are on your timeline and how you perceive yourself. Okay? Love thyself. Be at peace with yourself, yes? The higher self is activated, yes indeed. Fear and anxiety mirroring up until an extent, I see that. You both mirrored to some extent here. Your higher selves and how you complete and complement each other. That's there. I see that. But so too, in your last two's connectivity, reflect a sense of fear and anxiety towards each other, around the sense of committing to what is felt, the obligation, this kind of thing. Making decisions in this life about investment, what to invest in, what to contract ourselves to, what to keep, what to nurture and grow, and why. You know, and I can see that somebody here has a distinct issue with that. Instead of stepping up to what they feel is correct, they shrink away from it. So there was too much fear and anxiety here about to act and what to put forward. And in the past, you mirrored it to some extent. Until one day you didn't. Okay. All right. I don't like giving false hope. I have no guarantee of action here. But if you need a confirmation about where you are, you're doing brilliantly. Which is lovely. It's so lovely. The letter J, and we have the Eiffel Tower. The height of romanticism, so you could say it has that dreamy, romantic quality, but it was also built in reality. In other words, it's achievable, it's possible. If we put work into it, anything's possible. Absolutely, I completely believe that. Let's pull a couple more. We have the busy bee, busy, somebody busy all the time. There's a difference between being constructive and just distracting. So we need to keep this in mind. We have the infinity loop. I know, I see the soul bond here. I get it. And then we have the medallion of Libra. It could be that you have prominent Libra in your chart connecting to one, but this Libra season could be interesting as well, since we're technically in it now. So, FYI. Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Oh, FYI, in case you have a fair amount of SAGs in your chart, perhaps check those out. Your power card or symbol popped up several times, so just FYI. Doesn't have to be, but just to let you know. All right. Show me Aquarius, please. Show me Aquarius and their person. What's going on? Show me Aquarius, please. Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, which I explained in that intro. Reverse the energies as you see fit. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, the Hierophant. The Devil in the High Priestess. Oh, my. So many. So that's a lot. That's like a lot. You know that, right? Like, you might be completely new to tarot and you may not know. So let me tell you, that's a lot of energy. Spiritual, too. With some twists. We'll get back to it. Okay, Knight of Wands, and the Two of Wands, and the Two of Cups. Yeah, interesting. The Star, there you are, darling. Nine of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Overview of the Six of Pentacles. You're interested in maintaining your balances right now. I understand. There will always be day-to-day activities for which we need to hold ourselves responsible for, accountable for. These are the things that we're obligated to, not just work, but anything that we feasibly have to put ourselves into and we expect to get something back from. So these are everyday balances, contracts. I'm doing this and I expect this in return. It can be seen as breadcrumbing depending on what you're connected to. I'm not saying that here today. I just see you overall tending to the business at hand. Okay, and I can see why. You need some grounding right now. Because, honey, all your frequencies are getting pinged right now. You're very sensitive on the inside with that spiritual aspect of, I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that and I'm feeling called to this. And you feel like too many of your sensitivities on your radar are getting hit or pinged, as I like to say. Just, it seems like there's a lot going on. Okay, and the greater extent or reach of things that go beyond the Six of Pentacles. So again, I can see why you're leaning into the practicalities to keep it grounded, because it's like, what is going on inside me? What is going on around me? Because some parts of you are the Hierophant. This is what I stand by. This is what I believe in. And then the Devil is like, yeah, but is it all the wrong things though? Maybe it is. Maybe you are misconstruing your sense of commitment to yourself and others. Maybe it's bad for you and you continue to stand by it. Maybe it's good for you and I'm trying to talk you out of it. And then the High Priestess is being affected by all this. So your sense of intuition, okay, your sense of internal navigation is being affected. And then your sense of higher self is also being affected. Okay. It's really hard for you to understand right now what is correct for you and what is not correct for you. You're trying to work through it. You are. So I can kind of see why you're leaning on balances right now. Something to make you feel grounded and down to earth, because that's a lot of tug of war within you. You seem to be questioning a lot about what you signed up to and why. Is it good? Is it bad? What is my intuition telling me? That's fucked up too. Okay, let's go back to what we know. The Hierophant. That's what we signed up for. But is it wrong? No, the Devil's whispering. Or are we right? And is that the Devil talking to try to keep us in place? We're questioning our beliefs right now. And somewhere between your higher self and your sense of intuition, you don't really seem to know what to listen to. We're going to get back to that. Knight of Wands, Two of Wands, the Two of Cups. Wow, I have some energy that surrounds you. I'm not sure how it's connected to you, but it seems pretty straightforward. It seems to know that it loves you. And this is comfortable knowledge too. It's comfortable knowledge. It comfortably knows that it's emotionally connected to you. And it comfortably knows that it's attracted to you. There seems to be nothing else attached to this person. There's no confusion there. There's no confusion. There's no denial. It is a simple acceptance of, I love Aquarius, and frankly, they excite me. My passion, in other words, is turned towards Aquarius as well. There seems to be no hiccup in this person's feeling. No misgivings. Just very straightforward. And above all, the key word here I associate with this person's energy that I'm seeing today is acceptance. They don't fight this. They know it. It's just very simple terms. I know what I feel towards Aquarius. And that's love. And that's passion. It's acceptance. That's it. They don't question it. It's just at face value. Now, if I were to clarify, I'm sure it runs deeper than that, but it just kind of sits there on the surface as this is as is. It's a truth. They accept it. They don't fight it. It's very accepting. The Star, Nine of Cups, Three of Swords. Honey, there is some pain in you. that makes it hard for you to listen to yourself. And I think that's why I see your downline the way that it is. So once more, the Star, your power card is here. 9 of Cups, how you love yourself. Wish fulfillment based on the understanding that you know how to love yourself appropriately. It got some twists and turns in there at the 3 of Swords. You very much want to love yourself and to be your own sense of wish fulfillment. And you're having a hard time listening to that because you're hurt. So it kind of makes sense to me then why you're questioning everything. Is what I'm committed to. And I don't know what that is. Commitment takes many, many forms. First and foremost, it's commitment to thyself. Everything begins with the self. So you need to know how you stand up for you. Right? You also need to have a sense of awareness of how intuitively you're guided outside of yourself too. And they're both skewed right now with the devil. And that's because you got pain in your heart. And it's really affecting how you see yourself. So whatever this is doesn't seem to challenge you. I don't know where it is in approximation to you. It's very simple, straightforward, and honest. You understanding yourself, your role in it, and how you're perceiving it, this is where your vision gets skewed. How do you love yourself? Therefore, how do you perceive yourself? Okay. And if you have some pain in your heart, it's going to twist your vision on how you see yourself. And how you love yourself, what it is you stand up for, and how it is you try to tune into yourself too. They're all getting skewed right now. It looks temporary. I don't think it's long term. I think you're trying to sort out difficult things. But above all, can you stand up for and see yourself in this, or can you not? And what does that mean if you do? What does it mean if you don't? Okay, because there's something about this that you desperately want to understand. Are you connected to this love correctly? And if you are, why do you have such a hard time giving yourself permission to accept it? And if it's not for you, why are you having such a hard time giving yourself permission to reject it? Because if you know it's not good for you, then you should reject it. If you know it is good for you, then you should accept it. So where does this come from? That twisted lens. And I think it's temporary, but it's painful. Point is, you need to know and discover it for yourself. Because whatever this is wants to stand next to you. So you need to be able to say, absolutely, I would embrace it and stand next to it too. Or that you wouldn't, because you know it's no good for you. Okay? It's almost like they're telling me this is as much as you can expect from them, and therefore factor in. It comes down to you and knowing if this is right for you. Okay, let's get some advice. What will help you fix your lens of yourself first, and then you can see this and yourself in it or not in it correctly. Okay? You need to know how to love yourself and what you envision for yourself, specifically with the star. Okay? What does equal love look like? Can you identify it, and do you want to be part of it? Or is it equal? Point is, it begins with you. Okay? I'm sorry it's so vague, but I know that this is coming down to a perception of self, and therefore would explain why that devil's in there, interfering with some of your more delicate processes. All right? Let's get some advice, please. Eight of Wands. Excuse me. Eight of Wands. 6 of Cups. Advice. We need to talk to somebody. This person. 6 of Swords. The Tower. Oh, gosh. Oh, dear. We thought leaving this behind would help resolve all the issues. It didn't. It seemed to make things worse. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I look down right now, but I was told to look down. Just for some of you who need the confirmation, I suppose. King of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. 8 of Wands, 6 of Cups. The person we need to communicate with. We tried to leave that behind. The words left unsaid or the actions not taken, and it led to a heightened sense of disaster. Okay. There's a lot said or not done, and we thought leaving that behind would rectify the situation. The Tower says no, the opposite was true. It made things worse. Okay. Yeah, so that's typically what happens, you know. And I don't mean typical outcome. I mean, if I just leave this alone, it'll go away. The conflict will die, or it will go away. No, on the contrary, it can highlight things even more, no matter how much time has passed. In other words, we're not done with it. The universe has a very distinct way of sticking it back on us and saying you're not done with that. Or the connection's not done with this particular, because there's a we in here. There is. I see it. It can be undone, though, is the point. Okay? So if there's something here you need to communicate and help you fix that lens of what is worthy of you, it would be worth it. It would be worth it. I'm not talking about closure or demanding closure. I'm saying there's something here that's yet to be resolved. It would help ease the pain in your heart, and therefore the tension in how you perceive yourself and why you feel so confused these days. Okay. Tarot doesn't dictate action, you do. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You either resonate with this one or you don't. Okay. You can have that resolve with yourself first. Limitations and fears, closed off, guarded resistance. Okay. Something shut down. We had the opportunity to say something and we shut down. Limitations, this is how it is, closed off, guarded. If I just resist this, close off from it, it will go away. No, it had a way. There's something here, though. The comfort zone, clinging to the nostalgia, the memories. No, I see that Six of Cups there. I get it. I get it. It, like I said, it amplified. It amplified the more we tried to leave this behind. It didn't detract. That's how we know we're not done with it. I really want this to be fixed just so you can feel like you're in touch with yourself again. Okay. I don't want anyone to have to question their sense of love for themselves or what they stand by. There's an opportunity to unfuck this. I promise. Yeah, of course I'm past 10 minutes, but still I need to verify. Well, there is an opportunity to unfuck this. I promise. Okay. This is absolutely going to be either your reading or not at all. There's not going to be too much in between on this one. Okay. All right, let's pull some letters, charms. We have the letter R. We have the dog with the bone in the reverse and upside down, the fears, limitations, anxiety, trying to turn it off, but not quite. It's still there. I know. We have the zombie in the reverse and upside down. It just, like I said, it seems to get worse. We have the anchor here. A couple ways you can interpret the anchor. Stuckness or emotional stability. Okay. And then with the spatula, that's already come up a couple times already. Somebody enjoys their cooking, food, hobby, profession. It's always so cute when I see it. But yeah, you know, I like it. I like hearing how people are cooking more at home these days. I like that. It's no better pleasure than to provide food for yourself, honestly. I do believe that. And it is a simple way to self-nurture and self-care. Okay. Aquarius, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Gemini, please. Show me Gemini in their person. Show me Gemini in their person. Righty-roo. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, but as I explained in that intro, the first energy says, you see fit. What's up? Oh no. Nine of Swords, King of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. It's going to be all right. All right? It's going to be all right. Three of Cups, the Magician, the Three of Swords. Samesies. I'm not saying your two's experiences are exactly the same, but it's You more or less are concerned about the same thing, okay? And so it seems. Five of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. I'm telling you, the frequency's here. We just got to tune into it. I think you two got a little off page. There you are, honey, right there. Power card. That's your power card. Right there in the overview. So you. In other words, you're super aware of things right now. You're kind of also at your heightened sense of superpowers right now. I know you are strongly connected to someone. Let's get that off the table. Unironically, I'm saying that. So let's take that off the table while we keep the cards on the table, yes? Yeah, lovers, that's you. And, you know, typically when I see somebody's power card, I'm like, oh, that's you. Actually, it is also your power card and also the definition of the connection at this time. It is clearly here. Like I said, what you're worried about, they are too. You two are mirroring each other, and it's more than mirroring. You two are deeply fond, loving, nurturing of each other. Nine of Swords, King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles. Your concern is with the fullness of heart here with the King of Cups. The Gemini I'm looking at, you have an anxiety here, stress here about providing the best possible world for the foundation, stability, and you have so much love for it. Okay, it all but spills over into everything that you do, which is lovely. But so too are your fears and anxieties surrounding that. You're showing me I want nothing but the best for my Ten of Pentacles, my foundation, and anyone who's in there that you share it with, and you clearly share it with somebody. You have a full heart for it. You have such a full, beautiful heart for it, but you get stressed out too. Am I putting the best of myself into this? Have I expanded my empire to the best of my abilities? Okay. So long as your full heart is in it, then of course. If everything you do is done with love, then everything else is a fear of the mind. You know? That's all I'm seeing for you. The Nine of Swords. And I have someone connected to you that feels the same way. They're saying the Three of Cups, the Magician, Three of Swords, they're worried about what you're worried about. But they're also saying the Magician, we can bring it together. And it's a we. It's not that you can bring it together, Gemini. They're saying we can. They're showing me less stress around this subject. Okay? It's not that they care less, but they also genuinely believe things will come together. Things will come together. They believe this. And they, again, it's not to pull away from your argument. I can just see that this is a super important issue to you. They're like, I stress about what you stress about. I feel what you feel. But also Three of Cups, Three of Swords, the Magician. We bring it together. We make it work. Don't worry about it so much. I mean, that's it. That's really it. Five of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. You know, there's that sense here that the finances or the sense of stability is on your mind. I know you want the best for your foundation. I see the fullness of your heart around the subject, but I also see the stress surrounding it too. It's like your person saying, honey, it's going to come together. They really believe that. And it gives you resolve. You know, I know you have such a strong sense of providership here with the King of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Cups. You match frequencies with this person from the heart space. You both have, the best will and intent and agenda to not just keep this going, but to really expand upon it, to put more of your particular signatures on it. Okay? Yeah, you two are deeply connected, and you share the same frequencies, the same goals. I'm seeing that Five of Pentacles here as related to the probability of the foundation, and is it strong enough? I think the answer is yes. You two love each other, very much so. They're showing me less concern around the subject, but they understand it's important to you, so they take it seriously. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Whatever it is that needs recovering will be recovered. All right? Both of your hearts, attitudes, and sense of can-do are in the right place. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Oh. I know. That Five of Pentacles for some of you is a concern. It looks like it was temporary loss. Okay. It looks temporary. That's not to say it's not taking some energy and effort on both your parts to recover. But again, they're showing me I'm not as worried about it. Whomever that is, I'm not as worried about it. We can make it happen. We'll bring it together. Okay? Let's get some advice, please. The Emperor and the King of Wands. Wow. What a powerful force you two are. That's quite the combination of energies, eh? Ooh. Six of Cups. Six of Cups, Ace of Swords. Between the two of you, you got this. I'm telling you, between your sense of empowerment and can-do attitude and someone else's ambition and drive, you two are focused. Like, unbelievable. I told you, it's almost like this person cuts your worries in half. And this is what a good partner does, because eventually we all as individuals get stressed out. And if you have a healthy partner or person in your life that connects to you appropriately, they're like, my concerns are your concerns. That's all they showed me. Your concerns are my concerns. There are concerns, but I'm telling you, honey, we got this. And that's what they do. That's what a healthy partner does. They listen to what you're saying and they help cut the fears and the upsets in half, because they're doing their part and more than to keep this going. I mean, you both do your parts. Like this, no joke, between someone's like ambition and the other person's sense of empowerment, you two get a lot achieved. Okay. You both love each other. There's a mutual sense of respect and decision making here, and a sense of power balances. I mean, remember, guys, the sword works both ways. Once we have that active sense of knowledge, we are propelled to do something with it. Okay. So to take action for ourselves and others, or against, in other words, cut out. You two are on the same page. Okay? There you go. That's beautiful. It's going to be all right. Keep on keeping on. Even the Queen of, look at that. Somebody's got a lot of ambition. Somebody's got that fiery focus. So between somebody, and I'm defaulting to you, is that the Emperor here is empowerment. Somebody else has a lot of drive. And between the two of you, I'm guessing y'all get shit done, okay? It's going to be all right. Like your person saying, it's going to be all right. Don't worry. Watch how they don't say you, they say we. Watch how we bring it together. You watch the magic happen, Gemini. I love that. That's a great attitude. That's a healthy attitude. I respect the hell out of that. And I know you feel stuck, don't you? You feel stuck in the providership role, monetary. It's not the emotional piece. You two and your person are on point there. That's a non-issue. You feel stuck in the foundation. There is a sense here. It's a fear, not necessarily a guarantee, that I'm not doing enough or making enough or providing enough. I see that stress, but it looks self-imposed. You feel stuck. Your person's not nearly as concerned about it. They're not dismissing it. That would be unhealthy. They're not dismissing it. Let's see. Apology, winter. There was some sort of perhaps loss. Oh, okay. Some of you feel separated, stuck, separated from goals, ambitions, how you want to expand. And it's been like that since last winter. And you feel this need to apologize. I need you to stop that. Okay. If there are things that you want to achieve and goals that you want to achieve, you will get to them in due course. All right? I think it's a much bigger deal to you than the person who is connected to you and is right there with you in the corner, right? So if anything, I want you to take this into consideration for yourself about what you would like to do differently for yourself if it helps you feel more at ease and it helps reduce the tension in your anxiety and sense of accomplishment specifically. What can you do? Because your partner doesn't feel disturbed, but there's something in here that you feel like you're failing to accomplish. And I think it's much more personal to you. Okay, but you seem to think it would really lend to the foundation. So perhaps you're right. So how then could you go back and readdress that? Okay, because as far as I can tell, you got a supportive partner, very supportive. And that's the way it should be. I see you separate, feeling separate and stuck from something that's important to you. And you might have felt that way since last winter, or you're dreading this upcoming winter. It's like, here's another year of me not having met my goals or something like that. You see what I'm saying? It's there. I said, you feel, look at that, the divine masculine, the spiritual awakening. You feel like you've been distant from your goal. Strong sense of providership, empowerment. I got to do what I got to do. But you're saying that there's something here that's keeping you from your sense of drive and or goal and achievement. Despite having beautiful support, strong partner, very healthy. It was unhealthy, I tell you. No, this is something you feel you need to do. So you don't need to apologize for this anymore. And I just don't want you to be in a position where you apologize to yourself anymore either. I want you to accomplish something here that's clearly important to you. So I want you to have that spiritual awakening. And for some of you, from last winter to this upcoming winter will mark the full year. And perhaps you will have your awakening at that time about how to proceed. Okay. We have the letter Q. We have the anchor. Okay, so like I said, for somebody else, the anchor can represent one of two things: a sense of stuckness, as we see, or emotional stability. Yours is actually both. There's emotional stability surrounding you, in tandem with you, which is great. But I can see where some of you feel stuck in your goals. Okay, there's that sense of, it's the dragon in reverse. You don't feel empowered, do you? You don't feel like a fire breather. You don't feel like somebody who's in control, but I promise you, you are. Okay. The silver lining. Yeah, there's a silver lining in here. And some of you, we have the medallion of Taurus, or the symbol of Taurus. So some of you might have some very strong Taurus in your chart, could be connecting to one. Okay. Use that grounded energy to your advantage. Little steps lead up to a bigger pathway, I promise. You know, the yellow brick road? It started with one yellow brick. Okay. All right. Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Libra, please. What's going on? Okay. Show me Libra and their person. Oh, of course, once more, happy birthday to you. Yay! I was just saying at that opening, I always look forward to October 1st. But it's interesting. September is always such a powerful month. Maybe that's why I like October. Maybe things start to smooth a little bit. What's going on? Yeah, as we get deeper into your season. What's going on? Show me Libra, please. Show me Libra. What's going on? Show me Libra. What is that? Oh, God dang it. It's a great song. What is it? I do this every time. Ugh. I fell in love in October. Girl in Red? It's cool. That's cool. That's a cool artist. I like the sound. That's kind of my vibe these days, you know? What I think it's Girl in Red. Fell in love in October. Yeah, that's about right. That's that sound that kind of hits a sweet spot for me these days. Anyway. I fell in love in October. What's going on? Show me. I think they're coming to town. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are, actually. That'd be cool. I'd like to see them. All right. What's going on? Show me Libra. Show me Libra. Show me Libra. Your side of the board, but of course you reverse those energies as you see fit. Four of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. Okay, good. I'm glad you're stopping and listening to yourself. We all need to do that. Six of Swords, the Sun, and the Knights of Swords. Okay. Well, if that's what they're doing, then that's what they're doing. Okay, let's see that Queen of Cups. Oh, and I say that, sorry, old habits. Queen of Cups, the Hermit, the King of Pentacles. Overview, Three of Wands. It looks like you're waiting a little bit in that sense of you trying to take space for yourself to figure things out, which from this point of view makes perfect sense. So I'm not going to knock you for that Three of Wands. Sometimes we must do. There's that sense of I need to be patient with myself at this time. I agree. The Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. You're like, hey man, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know what's going on with us. And if that's true, you're doing exactly what I advise people to do, is just stop. Stop until you know. Stop until you can see it. Stop until you can feel it and figure it out. Don't move or decide to take action in any particular direction until you know, because otherwise you are setting yourself up for self-sabotage. If you're like, well, I did this and I wasn't comfortable with that decision, but I kind of forced myself into it because I thought it made sense, and then I didn't, and then 1, 2, 3 factors, and 2 months passed and now I'm taking it all back. We don't want to do that. So I'm glad to see that you are doing the big T. You're taking a big time out. Four Swords, Two of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. You're like, what is going on with me? What is going on with this situation? Because there has been emotional distance from you, for you, around you, between yourself and this person on all sides. You're aware of it. What do I do about it? Two of Pentacles. I don't know. I never seem to have a solution on this. I just know that I've been feeling it. I know I'm emotionally distant between myself and my person, or they are towards me. And you have reason to believe that and feel that. I see it. But it's working both ways there. And you're aware of it. So you're thinking about it. And you're resting on it. And you're healing on it. You have no immediate answer. So let's make that clear for the Libra I'm looking at. This is going to take a minute for you to get some insight about why you've been feeling the Eight of Cups, where it's coming from, and what that's been looking like for you for a while now with that Two of Pentacles. And why does it feel sometimes like a helpless or hopeless situation? We don't even know where to begin to fix this or address it because it's been drug out for so long. So I'm glad to see you're stopping and thinking and resting on it now. The person attached to you, Six of Swords, the Sun, the Knight of Swords, you know, I see them, at least for now, temporarily being apart from you because there's an understanding that they're not happy. But it's also kind of like saying, it's like they need, it's like they need distance to get clarity, kind of like what you're showing me. It doesn't look malicious. You have your own particular process, they do too. So I'm glad if there was arguments or stuff that went down, I'm not seeing that right now. I'm seeing the both of you focus on your particular point of view, and they're doing something similar for theirs. When the time is right for this person, they will seem to have more information later about action and what that means from their point of view. But for now, I see them separating themselves from you because there is an admission here that they're not happy. Okay? So it's kind of like saying, I'm getting distance to understand why I feel that way, and I'm getting distance because I understand that you feel that way too. And they're also not wrong, just like you're not wrong. You understand there's been emotional distance. You feel it for yourself and this person. They're like, I know you're not happy, and maybe me neither. So we both need to take a time out to figure out what the heck that means. I just know when this person's got some things a little more sorted, I do see action and or words, communication coming from their part. After that, I have no idea what it is. But I can say this, Queen of Cups, the Hermit, the King of Pentacles, the both of you, and I agree with this assessment. Right now, you're both showing me kind of like parallel efforts, but on your own time, which is the way it should be. And by that, I mean, it's really hard to heal and figure things out when someone's in your face and you're at it and you're in the moment. Sometimes you have to go like this to understand if you're still supposed to run like this or if you're going to go like this. So here we have the Queen of Cups, the Hermit, the King of Pentacles. So I have the Hermit here comfortably wedged between these two people. I agree. You both need to heal and understand in that healing for yourselves first and foremost if you're intended to heal with each other. Okay? Everything begins with the self. So you need to know if this is something that you can heal and fix for yourself. And if the answer is yes, okay, then we check in with them to see if they're on the same page. And if the answer is no, yeah, you got another answer. But it seems now you two are doing a job of healing respectively on your own terms and your own ways first. On this assessment, I completely agree. After that, you take it from there. Okay? But you don't want to rush into a thought, conclusion, or action when you're not ready. Same for them. So this I have a huge respect for. You both, from my point of view, as I'm seeing it here today as a reader, are doing the right thing. After that, there's the next right thing, and the next right thing after that. As individuals, as a couple, in the connection if you're not a couple, you know what I mean? But this is the first right thing you both can be doing for yourselves. Okay? And we'll take it from there. We'll check up on you next week. I may not see a continuation of this, but just in case. All right. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. Let's get some advice, please, for Libra and their person. I think you're both doing the right thing for yourselves and possibly for the potential of this connection and understanding that. You know what I mean? Let's get some advice, please. Ten of Swords. There it is. I was waiting for it. There's the Sun. Okay. 6 of Cups. I can tell that you two, even if you don't feel like you're still bonded, you've been together for a hot minute. We have a lot of memories here. Okay. And the Ten of Swords and the happiness. This person pointed out in reflection of you that you don't seem to be happy. You're like, I feel the same in you. You're both bouncing that on each other equally. So let's make that clear. 6 of Cups also suggests this, that there has been pain surrounding this issue of happiness with each other specifically. So in recognizing this, I think they're trying to respect and understand the idea of happiness, just like you are. King of Cups, advice here, the Emperor, the 7 of Wands, the 9 of Cups. Someone's trying to exercise emotional boundaries in that sense of protecting the self. I think you're both doing it. Yeah. No, and it's I'm not disagreeing with it. Like I said, you're both exercising emotional boundaries at this time. It's pretty much over here as well. This is what it is to take a respective time out to understand the self first before we start drawing conclusions or attacking or just agreeing that everything's going to work out and be fine. All those scenarios are wrong. We can't just take things for granted and assume that past behavior is automatically going to rule what we're experiencing in the present. Okay. Don't get me wrong, past behavior is the biggest indicator of future intent. But if these two people really need this much space to figure themselves out, it may not work like it did last time. So let's not take it for granted. But I see you both trying to practice emotional boundaries and respect your space. Respect each other's spaces, at least for now. It just needs strength. I'm not getting a clear outcome at this time. You both need to work through this more. Let's be clear about that. You both need strength to do this. Okay? To try to respect each other's wishes and or boundaries so you can both heal and come to things to terms on your own time. All right? Okay. I tried to push it, but no. 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 Remember, Ten of Swords, guys, there's no guarantee of an ending. It can be an indicator, yes, for an ending, but sometimes it's just pain. A lot of it. But that comes down to you two, what you understand about yourselves, and if it's something that you can continue to work through. Is there going to be sun on the other side of that Ten of Swords? Or is this the last round of Ten of Swords that you can take? Control tactics? Yeah, I'm not saying that here today, but that might have been something that has been an issue in the past in respect to one's emotional boundaries. So remember our awakening here. We're not going to try to control the situation for them or for ourselves. We're both going to take our respective time out. Okay? No control here. Let the other person conclude what they need to conclude, just like you would for yourself. Because there are hidden emotions here, and trying to use control tactics isn't going to help. It temporarily suppresses, but it does not attack the main issue or get to the heart of the main issue, therefore heal the main issue. So, space. Okay? Let's respect each other's spaces and boundaries. That way we can allow these kind of suppressed emotions to come forward, and we can kind of get the answer, a real answer on both sides. Okay? All right. We have the letter T, K, B, and the hot air balloon in reverse. This is where we need to rise higher into the sky so we can look down below and see what the heck's going on. We need more distance here. Yeah, I agree. And not be so subject to the hot winds. Okay, Libra honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Taurus. Show me Taurus and their person. Show me Taurus and their person, please. One more. Show me Taurus. Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side, but explaining the intro, reverse those energies as you see fit. What is Taurus? Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, nothing. I just feel good. I like the direction I'm in. Yay. That's great. No, it's nice. It's light. It has direction. It has intention, but nothing crazy. I love it. I do. Let's see what's going on. The Magician, the Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. Well, Yeah. All right, we'll get back to that. Strength, the Hierophant, that's you, and the Seven of Swords. Scoot. Scoot. There we go. And the overview of the Tower. Oh boy. Had a little shake up, did we? Okay. It was necessary. It is necessary. You're showing me a very interesting course of action, but it's not really my place to say I agree with it or disagree with it, because you're showing me power elements around it that say you're correct in this. So you're going to be the best determiner of that, okay? So starting with that Tower, oh boy. Taurus in the Tower is typically not a light experience. It's we don't really call Taurus pulled a what now? I'm like, oh, that's going to be a light Tower. No, it's not. You did something here recently. I feel like you were the opter of change here, which is already quite powerful. That alone is enough to justify a Tower. Okay, it's a principle shift and or movement based on new knowledge or insight that was always there, but we're just now seeing it. And that was enough for us to trigger an action, a belief, a principle that we now know is new. It was just always there. So now we're acting on it. In other words, you shook some stuff up, or you were subject to it. I have the feeling you were not subject to it. Because you're showing me a freedom of thought and a freedom of feeling that suggests I am free now. But just in a very subtle Taurian way. So, like I said, Taurus can have dramatic change, and a lot of people wouldn't know. It's big for you. So I feel like you were the initiator of that Tower. I don't think you were subject to it, darling. No, I do not. And your energy is showing me as such. You're being super cool about it, which is the very Taurian process, when you do elicit that Tower. So you were ready for change. And that's a big deal for Taurus. That's a big deal. So I'm glad to see. It's like, if you're going to trigger change, honey, I'm glad you was ready for it, because you were ready for it. I mean, bless you for that. Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. You were ready for change. Honey, you're Fleetwood Mac right now. It's like, I'll go my own way. Or you're Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. But you're doing something your way. And that's why I can't really find fault with what you've done here, because I just know it was correct for you. And what do I advocate all the time? You have to do what's right for you. And that's all you're showing me. You did it your way. So if I was doing an in-depth, no doubt, I'd call your message that you're doing it your way. So you shook something up. It says, however this was is no more. I learned this. I learned it the hard way. And this is what I must do now. Ace of Wands, I mean, you're headed towards a new beginning. You're light, you're fresh, but you're careful, methodical with that Knight of Pentacles. Slow, okay? Nothing crazy. There's a plan built into it. And it may not be the perfect plan, but the idea is the point or the advantage of the Knight of Pentacles is to go slow so we can see things and build the plan along the way, yes? So newness, inspiration, lights of path, hope, passion, however you want to do it, it's all right here, but in your own Taurian way. Yeah, so the one that surrounds you, I am sorry, because that looks painful. It is. That's why I said you were the initiator of the Tower, not the recipient. Sometimes you can tell. The Magician, Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, you know, whatever that is, I apologize. For those of you who hate the sound, apologies, I have to take a sip. Oh, there we go. The heat is still quite obnoxious. The Magician, Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands, you know. Is the pain, the ending, it's like someone said, I had enough, but not really. It's a bit of a contradiction. I think this person's still trying to summon a connection with you, despite the fact that they say it's just too much to be born. So that's mixed signals, okay? Not a big fan of that, because it's like saying, this is too much, I'm done, it's over. But I'm still trying to summon it, okay? I know that energies get worked up. People get worked up. Okay. And they can exist in a dual state like that. It's too much. It's too much to be born. I can't have it. I can't do it. I can't, so I'm exaggerating it, but that's what the Ten of Swords and Ten of Wands is. It's at the height of all the things that are wrong. And they wipe each other out, or they double down on it. The point is, it's over. This person knows it's over, but they would still manifest it. I want to drag it out for another decade. Okay? I'm not done with its overness yet. Well, you are. So, somebody can know and feel something's over, but their spirit's still inclined to call it. You're a little bit more advanced. I think you were more prepared for the Tower. I think somebody's like, well, why don't we just end it then? And maybe it was said in the heat of the moment, or the suggestion was there. But I think your response was, maybe it is. And you took them up on it. Because I think you better understood the truth. Strength, the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords. You said you had to stand by your decision, even though it's uncomfortable. Strength, and you, the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords, except you did it quietly but firmly. That's the best way I know how to describe that. You stand up for it. You don't deny it. You stand next to it. With the Hierophant there, that's authorized energy on your part. But with the strength of will to stay away from it and to be quiet about it. Okay? Kind of makes sense because you can have a big change in your life, but Taurus is the definition of anti-drama. You hate it. So I'm laughing about it. But Taurus will go out of their way to avoid big scenes. Okay. It's like, just because I'm accepting change, or I'm even triggering change, does not mean I want all eyes on me. Like, you get very uncomfortable with it. So I see you standing by your decision to quietly pull away from it, or to leave the side of this. And I don't blame you. I think in this respect you are correct. And if you have to be firm and quiet about it, so be it. But you're telling me your head's pointed in a new direction now. Instead of looking east, you're looking west. And this person's going back and forth between east and west, and they're not comfortable with either. And when we talk about mixed signals, guys, And you can't have a heat of the moment like this and suddenly take the words back and say, let's string this out for another decade, Taurus. I demand it. It's like, well, I think we have enough decades here. Whatever that is to you. We have the top out decades. Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands. That's where I'm getting that from. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. So while I'm not a huge fan of the Seven of Swords, I'm very honest about that. In this context, perhaps it makes sense. It's like, if they're still trying to summon it, well, I have to be firm then. I agree. You would have to be the firm one and just quietly leave it alone. Because I agree with you. Like, you know what? Let's just stick around and fight on this some more. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Are we having fun yet? Nah. There's no offer in that Magician to heal. There's no offer to make things clear or to come together powerfully. It is what it is, what it is. I think you're right. Some people want to cling on to the battlefield or the remains. That it's more like the comfort of what was known, not necessarily what makes somebody happy. There's a big difference, right? Yeah, and you're more focused on your new positioning, however it is that you're gravitating towards. There's something here that I must say that inspires you a great deal. It looks very fresh. And your energy literally looks refreshed and inspired. Like, your wagons are pointing west, honey. Six of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Everybody's getting the Six of Cups these days. Yeah. What about it? Page of Cups, opening your heart towards this. Confused. Two of Pentacles. Oh, why can't we cooperate? And Knights of Wands. Okay, yeah, your energy is shifting direction. It's shifting direction. The Hanged Man. You've given this a lot of thought. You've given this a lot of thought. And you're showing me the Six of Cups. It's out of respect to the connection. Whether or not you feel you're soul bonded is not the point. The idea is that there's past in here. There's a wealth of history, emotion, memory, this kind of thing. Because you're showing me activity that suggests it's non-soul bond, but there is a respect of memory and time. Okay. Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. This is really low functioning. Okay. In that respect of what to do and what to give this. Specifically as it regards to your kind of love and enthusiasm, your energy continues to shrink towards this, or it gets depleted, or it goes way down. So the 2 and 3 of Pentacles is not much. It's like, what can I give to this? Do I really want to? And does it really just amount to like cooperation at this point? Do I want to continue to cooperate with this? And if so, what does it even look like? Why am I even thinking about this? Why am I struggling to figure out how much emotion and my energy to give to this at all? You know? Because that's pretty low functioning. And if you're sitting there trying to figure out and take out the calculator and do the math on, this is the kind of feeling I have for this now, and it feels cooperative on its best days, and this is how much time I want to spare it now, this is how much of my realistic effort and energy I want to give this now, yeah, there's problems. You've been thinking about that for a long time. It was always kind of there, wasn't it? So that's what explained the Tower. Is understanding that you did your due diligence here. And if you're really having to parcel out your sense of time, energy, and effort, including emotion, towards this connection in a way that's barely cooperative, you do have an answer. Honestly, you don't even know that you can be friends with it. So, I think that's honest of you. It's all a lot of low function cards for someone that you've known a long time, and it's like, I don't know if I can continue to reasonably give myself to this anymore. Even under the guise of cooperation, you know? Okay. So I don't know what your new beginning is, but you look inspired. You look ready. I like that you're not rushing into it, as is your way. You'll know more as you go along. You know, and that's exciting. That's an exciting place to be. The third eye, clarity. Oh, I know you're highly intuitive. You just rarely get credit for it. Oh, we got a karmic lesson here, eh? Yeah, I know. That's what the Tower is really good for. It's like, hey, you know how we always kind of assume this to be true? Surprise! And the Tower is either very powerful acceptance and therefore leads to powerful change, or it's powerful denial that we'll have to work through and pick the bones over for years to come. You're in one position, the other person's in the other position. So no, I didn't think it was much of a soul bond either. It does feel a little bit more on the karmic side of things to me. In terms of balances owed, contracts, fulfilling lessons, this kind of thing. Yeah, I know. And I see you see it for yourself. Abundance is near for you, though. And abundance in whatever that means to you, okay? We had a massive growth spurt for some of you over the summer. All right. Runner. Runner, okay. Some of you, that's confirmation of running, but someone here is in a runner-chaser dynamic, possibly. Someone's always running away from the core issues, or you feel that you're in the position, maybe for some of you, with the Seven of Swords, when we lean away from this, but you're doing so with strength and your own Hierophant energy. So that tells me you're adamant about standing by your decision, but that you have to quietly make an exit from this because it will just continue to give you mixed messages of it's over, it's miserable, but it still wants you to be around. And you feel you have to run from this. What is that? God. Oh, don't you hate it when something's just on the tip of your tongue like that? What is that? Running to you? Running from you? I don't know. Run, run, run. Not a compliment in this context, though. Not a compliment. Okay? Yeah. I don't know. Take it as it resonates. All right. Yeah. Okay. We have the letter S. We have the medallion of Aries, but it's in the reverse. The key word here being courageous. Yeah, I could see that. I can see that. It's taking you courage to continue to step away from this and leave it alone. Okay. We have the medallion of Aquarius. Some of you might have some very strong Aquarius in your chart, as well as Aries, or it could be connected to. We have the grapes, sign of abundance, by the way, a certain level of wealth, but one who essentially enjoys their food or their wine. We have the dog with the bone in his mouth, anxiety, 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 worrying over the same thing, but no different results. Okay. And then we have the infinity loop. You know, you showed me something that's clearly karmic, but there's something here about a soul connection possibly for you. A sense of divinity. Something that loops back on itself in a healthy way. So a circle's unhealthy, right? Or it can be. And then the infinity loop is something that healthily gives back in equal or in tandem to what is given to it. So this is where we get the idea of healthy soul bonds and soul connections, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think you've worried or thought about that as well. Is this really who I'm supposed to be connected to, and does it give back to me appropriately? Does it have my best interest in mind, you know? Or to just want me to stick around and fight with it because it doesn't have anything else to do or doesn't know what else to do? Yeah. Okay. Taurus, honey, I hope this helped you. Very powerful reading today. But I hope it helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Virgo, please. What is going on for Virgo? Virgo and their person. Show me Virgo and their person. What's going on? Show me Virgo and their person. Show me Virgo. Very good. We're going to start with your side of the board. Besides explaining that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's up? Ace of Wands. Oh, yes. Okay. Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords. Oh, no. No, I was already say death. Okay. Eight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it wasn't. Okay. Okay. Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Fool. That's good news. Yay. And then the overview, the High Priestess. Yes, please. Yes, please. You are defending your position. I was already say if you have Taurus in your chart, check theirs out. They immediately opened with the Ace of Wands as well. First card, first placement. Interesting. So just in case. I also saw an ending. Let's say ending, but moving on principle, but powerful transformation to do so, to embrace the decision. You're showing me something similar, but a lot rougher, like a lot more rough on the edges, like you're having to defend your position. Specifically ward off thoughts of self-sabotage. You're showing me this is the right thing to do, this is the right thing to do, this is the right thing to do. I will not allow self-sabotage to creep into this conversation. Let me back up. So the High Priestess, I'm sorry, I'm just like, I really want to get in there because I have to say, considering your last couple of check-ins, this is progress. I know that sounds not right, but I promise you, I've been remembering your past couple of check-ins. So this is progress. So you open with the High Priestess. Good. We're listening to ourselves. And I know that's scary sometimes because listening to ourselves via our intuition isn't always honed for everybody. It's not always a comfortable experience. It's not always a comfortable process because it doesn't have as many knowns that you can see in the real world, the 3D, for which Virgo is going to be a lot more comfortable in what you can see, right? What you can touch, taste, feel, etc. And this going along with what we feel thing intuitively is some scary business sometimes. But here's the thing. You're leaning into it, man. You're a lady. You're leaning into it hardcore. You're like, I'm defending, and I'm so sorry you're in a defensive position. But it's like you're telling me I have to do what's right, even if it's uncomfortable. And I see you sticking up for your new beginning, and you're like, I got to ward off all thoughts of self-sabotage. I can't allow that to creep in to what I'm doing. I have to remember this is what I feel, and this is what I see. This is what I feel, this is what I see. And you are fending it off, my friend. Trying not to doubt your new beginning, doubt yourself, your ability to take this on, to do this. You're trying so hard, and you're being such a brave Virgo. I'm trying to root for you here because you can do it. I know you can. Like you have actively taken a defensive stance against self-doubt. Wow. I mean, it makes me wonder how long you've been operating under that Five of Swords then, if you're just now starting to listen to yourself, if you're just now starting to believe in new beginnings. I'm kind of proud of you. I am. Oh, that must have been very hard. Telling yourself whatever and whatever over and over again to believe a particular story when you knew it wasn't yours for I don't know how long. Wow. Death, Eight of Swords, Page of Pentacles. You know, we've been turning whoever is connected to you here. It's not an insult. It's just is. Someone's been turning a blind eye to the obvious. It's over. It's over. But we haven't been investing in the obvious truth with the Eight of Swords there. So I can kind of see where you've been coming from. A place of lying to yourself about what was really going on. And they're like, I'm going to ignore it too. Eight of Swords is just as damaging as the Five of Swords. You know, and this person still kind of suffers under that delusion a little bit. A little bit, yeah. They haven't fully accepted that this is over. They're still thinking a little bit that there's something to still invest in. And it may not be a lot, but it kind of shows me how much they operate under the Eight of Swords. You know. Hopefully that will convert to, I can accept this, because it is happening, regardless. It's happening. It's very distinct. It means a new beginning, though, to you both. It does. They probably don't see that yet. Why would they? There's still some denial there about what's going on. Okay. Whereas if we had seen things for what they were, gotten the lay of the land honestly, with a full unobstructed view a long time ago, we might have invested in the ending the both of you sooner. And that meant new beginnings for you both sooner, but hindsight and all that. That's what the Five of Swords and Eight of Swords does, and all the other ones. It can kind of keep us stuck in a particular train of thought and insisting this is the only train of thought. This is the only thing you're allowed to see, and this is everything you're not allowed to see. Have fun with that shit, right? And it's on us to overcome that. You know? And how do we? Things like intuition, listening to ourselves, being honest with the evidence. Okay. So I see you trying to operate under those principles, and this person's not there yet. Okay? But it is marked as done, despite the kind of deniability from this person's point of view. We can't really argue with the facts. That'll catch up to them is my point. Ten of Cups, Knight of Wands, the Fool. Wow. You know, there is such a strong sense of wanting to open up to everything that is loving and supportive, and passionate and cohesive. There's so much here to open up towards. You really want to open up towards love and passion. And it's interesting because you're showing me the fulfillment of it in many areas with the Ten of Cups. You just want to be surrounded by all the good things and all the good people. Potential spouse, kids, just the sense of being embraced like this. But you also want it to be an individual experience, full of passion, maybe a new adventure. And the Fool. It's beautiful. May it be. May it be for you both. Okay. I see that you look forward to and defending your position of a new beginning. They probably don't see one available to them yet. That should ease up in time. Okay? But I have to say, there is absolutely progress here. It's hard to look at, but I promise you, in these endings are beginnings. Okay? I have a feeling this person's blindness has a tendency to creep up on you, and that's why you have such an active stance against it. You don't want their doubts in your mind anymore. Okay. Oh. Two of Swords, Ten of Wands, Eight of Cups. Yeah, we've kind of been in denial about how far this has gone. How heavy it's been. More than heavy. Emotionally absent. Already checked out. We haven't allowed ourselves to see this for a long time. That's a lot of outstanding emotional neglect and heaviness. We haven't allowed ourselves to see it. Okay. The Magician. Seven of Wands. You are summoning that will hardcore. Hardcore. There it is again, that defensive stance. I will not allow the self-doubt, the self-sabotage, and someone else's blindness to be my vision anymore. I won't. I stand up for and defend my new beginning, whatever that is to you. I have an idea. And it's beautiful. But you're going to need that strength, baby. You're going to have to put up strong boundaries between you and whatever this is. Okay. Very strong. Strength. Yeah. Okay. Anything else in here, please? Nine of Swords, reverse, stress, Knight of Swords. Don't take any more action to the false. To the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and the anxieties. No more action in that vein of thinking. Okay? Stop feeding what ails you, particularly the misgivings and the doubts. Don't take action towards those thoughts anymore. Okay? They don't seem to be yours. They're yours if you adopt them. Don't get me wrong. Okay? That's what self-sabotage is. You're trying to adopt thoughts and feelings that aren't necessarily yours, but you're trying to convince yourself are true. In which case you do take ownership of them, but they're not yours anymore. You don't need to feed them anymore. Okay? Okay. You had the epiphany. Oh, I see it. I seen it. Dazed and confused. Listen to your intuition. You had an epiphany that kind of blew away your doubts, and I don't quite know what that is, but you've been listening to your intuition ever since, and it's a tricky thing, but you've been doing a heck of a job. Big success. You got it. You got this. You got this. You got this. Stay with this, Virgo, honey. I want what you want, which is right around here. I don't... Okay. That letter A hit me funny. I don't know why. A, that's the only letter here, but it hit funny. Really, honey, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why. Okay, the hot air balloon rising high into the sky. Yes, absolutely. So we can see down below and clearly get a bird's eye view of what the heck's going on. Actions, behaviors, what's really going on the scene, and not what somebody's mind is refusing to acknowledge. Okay, we have the gecko, Aries, Leo, Sag, and then for some of you just seeing lizards or geckos regularly, and then moving quickly across the hot sands. The infinity loop, you know. We want that higher sense of connectivity. I see it right here. Bonded to something that gives back to us equally and is fair. Okay? Feeling like we're part of something that's healthy and infinite. A soul bond, if you will. Okay? Hopefully here. All right, Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you talk about progress. It won't be easy. Oh, but the best things never are. I hope it helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Capricorn and their person. Show me Capricorn, please. What's going on for Capricorn? Let's do one more. Show me Capricorn, please. Alrighty. Nine of Swords. Three of Wands and the Three of Cups. Squeaky breaks out there. The Chariot. The Three of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Are you sure you want that to come back to you? Let's get that out of the way right now. Okay, the Hanged Man, Four of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. The Knight of Swords, I know. You're willing to take action, I know. And I believe you're trying to keep yourself busy. I do. It's not all just waiting in your head, okay? But you're restless to take action. You do want a conclusion. Yeah, there's a sense of I need to know and then I'll know what to do. I think you actually know everything you need to know. I do. I do. And I think a part of you knows it as well. Nine of Swords is a lot of stress, anxiety. Things that keep you up at night. You're in this position of waiting and it sucks. That's why I don't advocate waiting. Unless you have damn good reason to, and I don't think you do. I'm going to call a spade here. It makes me a not popular tarot reader for that reason. I'm not really in a popularity contest, though. I want you to succeed. And it's really hard to succeed when we feel our happiness is hung up on someone else. And they know it. Not a big fan of that. So take this one as it resonates. It's either yours or it's not. You're either a Capricorn that's clearly waiting for someone to come back around, and you hope that they will. I'm going to ask you again, are you sure you want that? Because it looks like they're full of pain and heartbreak and rejection. Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, Three of Cups. Guys, you're anxiously get once more. Very specific. It's either yours or it's not. So it's not an accusation. Don't take it as one. You're stressed out in your head about, will the day ever come that I get to reunite with this person? I'm going to ask you again, do you want that? Do you really, really want that? Or do you think you want that? I think you think that you want that. That it's not necessarily good for you. Chariot, Three of Swords, Nine of Wands. With this person on their chariot, there's a great deal of heartbreak and sense of rejection. When this person rushes in, it's fear that holds them back. So they might come bearing in with a rush of love, and it might feel really sincere for about 5 minutes. And then anything longer than 5 minutes, they take it all back. The heart's guarded. And so long as they continue to not heal the wounds around their heart, they will always do the same. They will rush in love and then exit roughly without apology. That's what happens when people be running around with a bunch of unresolved wounds. And I say that because Three of Swords is literally at the heart of the reading. So, the Hanged Man, Four of Wands, Queen of Wands, from your point of view, okay, you think this relationship needs more time, or that it's a matter of time and that you would be so happy if you had it. I believe once more that you believe that. You need more perspective on what constitutes a healthy relationship. The Four of Wands here, a relationship, as two people define it. In other words, they actively build into it, not subtract from it. Building a relationship should be addition, subtraction when necessary. They're never divided. So I know you want the warmth and the passion and the excitement of a relationship here, because you are genuinely passionate for this person. And look what it's costing you. A lot of sleepless nights, wondering if it will ever reconnect. From your point of view, this just needs more time. They just need more perspective. You need more perspective. I bet when this comes rushing in, it comes rushing in on some really, what feels like strong, swift love. That's what the Chariot's supposed to be. A swiftest, most sincere movement, thus direction, and implication of action as well as intent. And then it gets retracted several times over. Blocked. Rough around the edges, like I said. I'm going to tell you what I would advise any client. Is this worth waiting for? Your precious time. Your precious energy. Because you seem to perceive this so high, and yet you have so little to show for it. So I want you to look how those scales are off. Your perception versus the reality. Okay? That's all I'm asking you to do. I know you. I know you take. You don't have to tell me that. I know that. I know that you would be out the door 5 seconds. That's Capricorn. That's what you do. That's how you're built. That's how you're hardwired. Okay? I know that. Of all the earth signs, you actually the one who most qualifies for the Knight of Swords, not the Knight of Pentacles. When Capricorn knows their shit, they're gone. They go. It's just what they do. And if you're not part of the plan, then you're not part of your plan. So you sure you want this one to be your plan? I know you're attracted to the swiftness of their initial feeling, but does it have stay power? Does it have longevity? Is it stable? It looks like chronic rejection of the heart. Not just to you, but they probably have a history of it. This person wants love, but they don't understand how much work they have to do. So therefore, they constantly put themselves in a position where they rush in fast, but they're always going to reject whatever they connect with. It's chronic. Okay. When people block and they don't do the work, they end up doing the same thing over and over again. There's a big difference between having boundaries and just straight up blocking. There's always a reason. Well, I broke up with that person because they had a crooked left toe, or I stopped seeing that person because they didn't return my text in 5 minutes. It's always some shit. You see what I'm saying? But when it rushes in, it's hot, it's heavy, it's gorgeous. It makes you think, man, this could be it. Five of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. We're going to have to make the conscious decision to break from this, have a new beginning. Or you can wait and see if the offer gets bigger. You can either take this division as a sign that there's something more promising to come, or you can take this division and see it for what it is and make that decision for a new beginning. Okay? I know you would put more of yourself into this if you could, but what about the other side? What are they packing? You know? No. Not sure what that was. I know that the attraction's there. I know. Trust what shows up, not what makes excuses. Okay. I feel like for this person, you forgot your Earthian principles. Man. Well, they must have had a very strong emotional presentation, you know? Storms are coming. Yeah, okay, honey. Look. Storm, unexpected, tower moment, third party interference, karmic lesson. Honey, are they fucking around with you? Okay, did they make you part of something? Rushing in fast and then ultimately rejection. They got a little history of this. You think something more will come from this if you just wait? It's a karmic lesson. Fall for it once, don't fall for it twice. And don't especially ever sacrifice your own personal sense of well-being and your own precious, precious time here on this planet Earth being a pick-me. Life is too short to be anybody's pick-me. Third party just equals pick-me. Don't ever be anybody's pick-me. And anybody who would put you in that situation doesn't think much of you anyway. I don't care what they told you. Okay? We have the letters X, J, and C. Capricorn, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me, Scorpio. Show me Scorpio and their person. Show me Scorpio and their person, please. Very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But as I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What is going on? Queen of Wands, the Lovers, Two of Swords. You don't know. What? Okay. Ten of Cups, the Moon, Page of... Okay, well, you're not the only one, apparently. They don't know either. I got two people not knowing what's... Okay, hold on. Christina, just hold on. Corbett is like, get the whole story. Just hold on. Just get the story first, okay? Okay, I will. I suggest you do the same. Oh! Yeah, I see you trying to keep your heart open towards this Page Cup, little cup, for us, which tells me you don't know how much of your heart you should be opening up towards this. It's just hearkening back to confusion. Don't get me wrong. You're passionate about it. You made it very clear to me. I'm super passionate about that. Yeah, you are. Queen of Wands and the Lovers. You know that. Like, that's like a duh. Yeah. This crazy hot connection, Christina. Stupid hot. Makes me feel things. Puts me on fire. And you are. You are on fire for this. You're hot for it. Isn't it, honey? If we was doing intimate tarot, I'd be telling you all sorts right now, but that's not where we are today. Yes, I will be doing the check-in version of that soon. Queen of Wands, the Lovers, the Two of Swords. You're like, but I'm not convinced. And you have right to have reservation. It's in that respect of you're passionate crazy for this connection. You are. You really are. But you're showing me very little heart space towards it. And for us, that's kind of telling, right? How much can I emotionally open up towards this? How much can I emotionally trust this? That's the part you seem to have difficulty with. They're like, same, Ten of Cups, the Moon, Page of Wands. They question deeply, and it's probably not at the forefront of their questioning, you understand? It's more like a back burner thing. But back there in the Moon energy, they wonder if they can open up towards this and absorb you into something greater. Are you part of something greater or not? You know, they're not putting too much into it, which worries me. Ten of Cups being a little more comprehensive. Obviously, it outstrips a Page of Cups by miles. You know, it's emotional support system at the highest value between yourself and multiple people. In other words, part of something greater. The Moon. A Page of Wands. They're showing me a page too. It's back there in their energy, but again, it's not at the forefront of their conscious decision making, which makes me nervous. In other words, they're aware of it, but they don't dig in it too deeply. Does Scorpio fit in the greater context of my life? And you have your own point of view on that. It's like, yeah, I'm passionate, crazily attracted to this person, but I don't really know if I can open my heart towards them all like that. They don't know if you can fit in the greater scheme of things, and you don't know if you can give them any more love outside of passion. Fair. Knight of Wands, Three of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords. Someone here soon is going to make a decision that, you know what? I'm attracted to this, but it's friends at best. And it's a solid decision on one person's part, not necessarily two. So in other words, someone's going to take the lead on this and answer the question that neither one of you seems to be addressing right now. Eventually one of you is going to answer it. And it's going to be a firm decision too, Queen of Swords. You know, I have passion for you. Sex is great, or the attraction's great. We may not have gotten to a sexual space yet, but you know what I mean. But at best, we're friends. Yeah. So this could be, tarot does not dictate action. You do. Tarot's the perfect choice, not the absence of it. I'm either seeing a conscious decision to call this friendship and not take it further, or I'm seeing the conscious decision to call it friends with benefits. Okay? And it's not an insult on either person. This is what I tell people all the time. You have to know what's right for you. You have to. And if that's where it tops out, the both of you need to come to terms with it. That way you're agreeing to terms. Okay? If we're really going to keep it as just friends, then it needs to be agreed upon. You have to agree to put the passion aside and just don't go there. If you agree to be friends with benefits, again, it needs to be verbalized and spoken. That way there's no more expectation on either side. You can both drop the pretense of having emotional expanse and just say, you know what? We're going to have an awesome fall. You see what I'm saying? You're showing me a lover of the season or the month at best. And they're kind of right there too. You both, so it's not an insult to either of you, okay? It's just someone needs to address it eventually. Otherwise, I'm looking at a lot, and I mean a lot of unaddressed sexual tension, straight up. So if you two haven't quote unquote gone there yet, okay, I'm looking at a lot of unaddressed sexual tension. But I think you actually both are very aware of it. And neither one of you seems to be terribly inclined to push the emotionality. So yeah, so long as two people reasonably agree that we are friends with benefits, I'm not really interested in opening up to you like that. You're not, and we're just going to call each other lovers in the traditional sense, not a strong connection sense, but the lovers in the traditional sense of we're lovers for a season or whatever. You know, that's cool. Just come to terms with it. I can't stand it when people make allusions to things that they can't live up to and they know they don't want to. Just call it for what it is. And that way you can both have a mutual sense of respect and be on the same page if that is both of your goals. And that's it. Okay? You're a grown-ass Scorpio. Figure it out. There you go. That's my official advice to you. You're a grown-ass Scorpio. Comment. Quote me. Okay? Quote me. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Okay? It's like I say all the time, or used to say, yeah, I still have to reassure myself for past the 10 minutes. In intimate tarot, when I see stuff like this, I have nothing against a good fuck. Just know that indeed that's all it is. Okay? They reduce the impact of anybody having false notions, delusions, illusions, or frankly just being hurt. Okay? Because you're both thinking the same damn thing. It's just somebody needs to take reign on the subject and say, we're just friends and we're going to keep it in our pants. Or we're friends, but pants are off. Or pants are optional. Just finalize it. Sorry. Just get to the fucking point. I suppose that's my advice to you. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. You might be I hope that you're like me and you can see the humor in this. Because you don't seem to be terribly interested in emotionally investing in this person. And they're right there too. So just say it for what it is, you know? Say it for what it is. Okay, the Magician. Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, we need to have this conversation. We do. We need to have this about bringing this out from the Moon, okay? And make the offer accordingly, just so long as it's solid and it has real expectations. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles is going to look different in this situation. I'm not saying the start to a new beginning. First of all, we need to break up any sort of illusion that there might be more after this. And then second, realistically, what's in the offer? Okay, it's going to be more practical than it is love-oriented. So let's keep that in mind. It's kind of like saying, this is how I really feel about this subject. How about you? Show me mine, I'll show you yours. Right? That's all that is. Someone needs to put it forward. That's all. Wow, that was incredibly straightforward. What is it? Oh, as we get closer to Scorpio season. What do I always liken that to? Time of the season when love runs high. Well, for some of you, you're headed towards Loversville, and it really is going to be a lover of the season. Okay. All right. Once more. If you're that Scorpio looking for love and you were hoping, that's not what I'm saying today, guys. That's not what I'm saying today. Okay? I get it. We're talking about lover, but not necessarily the strong connection kind where you're spiritually connected, okay, and emotionally connected. You didn't show me any of that. Sexually attracted, yeah, absolutely. But this is more going to be a karmic thing, all right? So you have to know that. We have to know that, all right? Okay. How long you two not been talking about this? We've done it since last summer for some of you. Are you serious? What? What? Oh, honey. Goodness gracious. Karma. Did you see that karmic? Again, once more, I'm not laughing at you. I'm a real person. I have real reactions to things. So we have a karmic partner, but not a lesson, because some of you've already learned it. Oh my God, Scorpio. That would explain the blunt kind of, which is so us. That I'm calling it. I'm fucking calling it. That Queen of Swords is you. And that is our bluntness 100%. I've been through this before. I know a lover when I see one. And again, once more, we have to distinguish in our vocabulary. Lovers in tarot is a divine connection, but it's very hard to achieve. Lovers in how it's typically put in society is temporarily a strong but fleeting connection. So here you're saying you've learned your lesson on both fronts. You've already learned your karmic lesson on this, and you know what a temporary partner is. Well, you go on then with your bad self. When are you going to have that conversation then? Because I got to tell you, honey, they don't look like the truth expression for now. You're keeping it to yourself. Yeah, you both are. You both are. Okay, you both are. All right. We need that input, honey. You're going to have to put it forward. It's looking like it's going to be you. You're like, of course it is. I have to do everything. I always have to bring up the difficult shit. Yeah, well, like I said, we're like bumper cars, honey. We can take on damage, and then we kind of bump into other people. That's how you know we like you. Okay, we have the letter N. We have the goldfish in reverse. Currently, we're not harmonizing with the truth of our feelings. I see this. Okay, yes, it's happening soon. Boom, verification. I have the medallions of Libra, which we are currently in Libra season, and then Scorpio, ours is next. So within this season, we're going to level things out. Okay, we're going to figure out if we can balance with this person in that way. That's all she wrote. It was very interesting. Once more, do not take my laughter as any sense of being rude or mean to you. I know some of you are deeply invested in love stories right now or just being on your own. This is what I saw today. So it's either yours or it's not. It was extremely distinct, as ours are wont to be. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Well, Scorpio kicked off some water shenanigans. I can't wait to see how the rest of us are doing. You're so big, Cancer. What's up? I feel like all the elements this round put their kind of particular stamp on it. And I traditionally start with the fixed signs. So what's going on with Pisces? I mean, fires had a particular vein, air had a particular vein, earth had a particular vein. Scorpios was very particular. What's up for Pisces? Show me Pisces. Show me Pisces and their person. Show me Pisces and their person. What's up? That's better. We're going to start with your side. But as I explained in that intro, reverse the energies as you see fit. What's up? The High Priestess. Oh, you're feeling yourself. Knight of Swords and the Four of Cups. Okay, you're working through something, but you're on point with it. Literally on point with it. Good job. Good job. Keep on. You'll get to the answers you need. The Tower, the Nine of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Somebody's starting to see things your way, but it's. Oh boy, that took some effort though. My. Okay. Seven of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Moon is so hard to open up to you. Okay. And the Hermit. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You're trying to be on point with yourself, and that's all we can do is look to ourselves first when we're in trouble, in that sense of emotional discrepancy. Emotional failing, our thoughts not being in order. We have to look to ourselves first to try to figure it out. It's not that we don't need other people for help, but really, if we're not willing to do the work, no one else is going to be able to help us. That's why everything begins with the self. So the Hermit, yeah, I mean, you're actively in that state of trying to show yourself more peace, insight, wisdom, reflection, healing. This is all good stuff. And I knew it as soon as I pulled your card, honey. I mean, there you are with the High Priestess, the Knight of Swords, the Four of Cups. You're like, right? I acknowledge I've been down. I acknowledge I've been upset. I don't like it. Let's do something about it, Pisces. And you're like, yes. Okay. Yeah. You pulled yourself in. You are focusing your own energies. You're looking at yourself. You're doing a survey between Pisces and Pisces about what the issues is. And you're on point with it. I mean, it's wonderful. It's fantastic. And it's active healing. It is active self-regulation of the emotion. This is all good stuff. I love this. I wish half my clients did this. You know, it's fantastic. I'm not saying you're perfect. What I'm saying is that you acknowledge that you're unhappy and you want to do something about it. You're willing to learn and then exercise your knowledge too with the Knight of Swords. Fantastic. Beautiful. It's one thing to read the theory. It's another thing to apply it. You're doing both. So this is good. I love this. This is fantastic. And as you're doing that, and this is all you, honey. This is all personal. This is no outside interference. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure you're talking to people and blah, blah, blah. But you are saying, I'm the driving force behind this. Again, I listen to the tarot lady. I check in. I know everything begins with a self. I'm going to start working on it first. Cool. Love it. Tower, Nine of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Like I said, for whomever this is, oh boy. Stubborn is this person's middle name. But they're coming around. It's just, it took a long time. Whatever resistance they had, friction, resistance, blockage, chronic too, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different result, especially since it's at the heart of the reading there with the Nine of Wands. The Tower's blowing that up. It's like, have I always been this defensive? Did I always block myself in this connection? Did I always do the same thing over and over again? And that's why I made no progress in this connection with myself or with Pisces? And with that, Tower has, at least for this person, provided a kind of shift, just enough to open the door to other possibilities. That is the Page of Pentacles, which is the most reliable page for growth and change. And it might be a seed, but a seed is better than, nothing. So somebody here is, in the spiritual essence of things, changing their mind or changing their spirit or trying to change their behavior because they just now are starting to realize how much they have been chronically blocking without rhyme or reason. It's one of those things where somebody's going to keep doing it because they insist that's what they've always done. This is how they've always handled it. And not really looking at the outcome, just defaulting to this is what I've always done. Instead of measuring against tangible results of success or failure. And so whatever that Tower is for that person, I don't know. I don't think it was your direct influence. I really don't, because you look so at peace and you're trying to be good by you. It doesn't look like it's your influence. But I do know this. Your non-participation is what allowed them to have that Tower, is something that they had to discover on their own. Okay? So they're just now starting to see things, I suppose, your way. I don't know, it has to do with love. But in that sense of, should I be willing to try to do something different? Or think differently, act differently, or feel differently? I think you're kind of leading by example. Just by you insisting on you, working on you, reflecting on you, and healing yourself. Okay. It's not a lot. I don't know what they're going to do with that Page of Pentacles, if anything, but they've just started to shift their intent and feeling around it, beliefs around it. Seven of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Moon. It's so hard for this person to open up towards you, and they're struggling with it. They struggle with it so much. Seven of Cups is the willingness, bare minimum here in this context, to be open, but they fear this a great deal. Nine of Swords in direct relation to you with the Moon. And it's almost like you're like, what will be is what will be. If they open up, great. If they don't, then they won't. And if they do, you have stuff to share about your own particular emotional journeys and what it's like to heal. I kind of like your relaxed attitude around this. You seem to know that this is a struggle for them, and it's something that they have to come to terms with for themselves before they can give that to you, and that's usually how it works. So while you seem to reflect on their struggles and how hard it is for them to open up, you're saying those struggles are not mine. That's their process, not mine. If they have something to say, if they want to open up, they will, but I'm not going to force it. I know better. And you're right. You're right. What they will or won't do, I don't know. Their point of view has just now begun to shift. So wouldn't expect immediate results, but the Pisces I'm looking at says you know better anyway, that you wouldn't. Okay? You're very chill Pisces, but more to the point, more than just being chill or like nothing bothers me, man. No, I mean by that is that you're willing to look at yourself and find comfort in you and what's right for you, that kind of thing. So why would you expect immediate results from someone else? No. The Pisces I'm looking at says you know better. Because, honey, if people don't want to change, they won't. I mean, think how hard it is for you to change. Never mind someone else, you know. You seem to know that, so that's good. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. Let's get some advice, please. I say good job, though. I like your attitude. It's not that, you know, you're perfect. There's no such thing. You admit there's things on you need to work on, too. And if you're not going to rush the process, why would you expect it of someone else? You just know about this person. They can't change overnight. A Ten of Swords is pain, possibly an ending. Six of Wands, weird sense of triumph, though. Ah, yeah, it was a false front. Okay, it was a false front. Okay, someone did a feint. Yeah, someone did a feint. Someone did a feint. Well, I'm happy about that ending. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was pride. That was pride, misgivings, a fear to open the heart and really express the upsetness and the pain. This person would rather admit to a false victory than to a real defeat. And that's where pride gets in the way. And it's like, I can battle any storm and put up a good front, and that's what that chronic blockage is. Okay, so that's just now beginning to get a crack in that false belief. Okay. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm happy that's over. And it really just comes from fear of opening the heart and saying, this hurt, or this caused me pain. You know, and I'd rather sit here and block everything and hurt myself further than admit it. So I'd rather look victorious. I wanted that to happen. No, honey, that's pride getting in the way. That's mind getting in the way. You know, you get stung by a bee. Well, I'm glad I got stung by a bee. Makes me stronger. Makes me feel good about myself. Yeah, meanwhile, if you're allergic to bees, you know, as they continue to swell and have to get rushed to ER. No, it's, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, chronic blocker. A lot of false notions attached to it. Most of all, can't admit weakness, which actually makes us incredibly strong if we can. Okay. Okay. All right, you continue to do your thing, okay? You continue to do your thing. Neptune, the illusion, the confusion, the rose-colored glasses. It's being transformed as we speak. Okay. Okay. I got it. Last spring for some of you, or this upcoming spring, might be imperative. Why? There seems to be some notion of celebration surrounding it. Possibly a Three of Cups type situation where we're connecting and or reconnecting. So I can't help but conclude upcoming spring, because I have to say I'm not seeing any immediate results, but I am seeing some very small progress. All right? Perhaps by spring we'll be in a state of celebration, connecting or reconnecting. Decisions and the offer of Venus. Okay. It's a decision here to open up to softness, vulnerability, beauty, love. Okay. I know the offer of Venus, it's like, oh, it's love, it's love, it's love. Yeah, well, Venus is also all those other things that suggest vulnerability. It's part of beauty. It's what you call a soft strength or a quiet strength. People see that rose and it's like, it's so easy to crush. Okay. They fail to see that there's strength in being open and beautiful and vulnerable. And indeed, that's a decision. There it is again. That keeps coming up. That tower thing. Yeah. Until somebody sees strength and softness and beauty and vulnerability, you know, to open up like that is divine. Okay. But if that's not what you've been taught, well, there you go. Oh, so many. We have the letter O. That's the only letter we have here. We have big masculine glasses. Very cute. We have the feather, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but light as a touch. Light as a feather, excuse me. If somebody keeps themselves busy and distracted, the rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, always on the go, no time to say hello, goodbye, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late. We have the infinity loop, soul bond energy here. There's that freaking tower again, man. The lightning bolt. Woo! It is hard for this person to change, so I'm not trying to give them too much shit. You seem to know that about this person. But you are also greatly preoccupied, as you should be, with what you're doing. Yeah, there you go. So you may not even know what's going on with this person in terms of their own particular sense of development. We have the crescent moon here and the child. Someone here either has a child, they act like a child, or they have a sense of dependency here. But given what I've seen here today, afraid to be open and vulnerable. A child doesn't think about it. They just are, unless they're taught to be afraid of it. But just to be open as a child would, false sense of dependency. I don't want to seem small and insecure. On the contrary, it's the thing that makes you look strong, because you are. Anyway, hope this helped you, honey. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your Sunday check-in. What's up? What's going on? Show me Cancer and their person, please. What's going on for Cancer? Show me Cancer. One more. Let's see Cancer and their person, please. All right, very good. Like always, we're going to start with your side of the board, yeah? But feel free to reverse those energies as you see fit. What's up? King of Swords. Chariot, that's you, honey. Knight of Cups, good job. Oh, that's good. Oh, look at that focus. Yeah. Nice. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and Strength. Oh, yes. 7 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and Death. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, okay. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, I feel like I saw something ballsy like this for you on your last check-in. And I was like, am I tuning into a different group of Cancers? Could do. If you're new, hello, welcome. I always like fresh energy for the collectives. It really does add. It helps. But you're showing me phenomenal strength of heart and mind. Your heart and mind are working together. They're in unison. The focus for you is unreal. Okay. Now, it's interesting. You opened up straight away with 5 of Pentacles. Break. Financially, possibly in the 3D, monetary output could do. Perhaps some of you cut your foundations in half. Perhaps some of you simply broke away from something. Point is, it feels old. I see something here not coming together anymore, and you don't want it to. So that's why I said old is something that you've processed, or even if it's not old, your acceptance of it is very high. Typically, it's true for water signs. When something stops emotionally connecting, we stop seeing it reflected in our 3D, or we don't want to see it in our 3D, is better put. And for you, they're both here. You're showing me such a boldness of mind and boldness of heart. So I don't know where you're going, but you have no intention of stopping. That's the Cancer I'm looking at. You have singularly made up your mind and your heart on a particular direction. And there's no delay. There's no hesitation. And it's not that it's fast. It's just determined. That is mental determination and emotional determination. Your power card's here. You are absolutely mentally and emotionally consolidated. I can't stop saying that because you are just so direction, one focus, that's it. In the Knight of Cups, you are determined to express yourself in some way with full conviction of mind and heart. Ooh, who's going to be on the receiving end of that? I'm curious. Let's take a look. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and Strength. I have someone here who is very much in appreciation and investment to family orientation. That's all I have. Okay? And in fact, they're strong-willed about it. So that tells me they get a lot of spiritual strength from family connectivity, emotional support systems and structures That's what they're all about. They are in the business of emotional harmony. Like, that's what they do, and they do it well. So they are deeply involved into those cups, okay? The 10 of Cups, and making them thrive. They're part of it. They take strength in it. It's part of who they are. Like, they wouldn't know themselves to be any other way. Very family-oriented, I'm guessing. But the strength of will attached to this person, that's all they invest in. At least at the emotional level, is comprehensive, emotional, loving, supportive unions. And that could be anybody. Close family, kids, close friends, people we've known forever and a day. They take it seriously. You feel inclined to that. You're deeply attracted to it from an emotional standpoint. It speaks to you. It really speaks to you. Whatever their priorities are, they speak to you. Very much so. And I feel you're very compelled in this direction. There's a lot of pride surrounding this person's heart space, so just to let you know, they're not going to be easy heart. They don't just let anyone admit. Okay? It looks like you're up for the task, though, because there's something about, how can I put this, the emotional loyalty, the emotional exclusivity that really attracts you a lot. And I get that. Emotional loyalty like that is sexy. You know, emotional, I have the back of everyone who has my back. It's such an attractive quality, right? And you are so deeply compelled to it. I mean, boom, there you go. So whomever meets that criteria, that's where you're headed next, okay? At least that's where your heart flow is headed next, but your mind's on board with it too. So you must know who they are. You must do. You must do. Now, let's talk about what we're not connecting with. This is very curious. But no, it isn't. 7, I'll get to that. 7, 3 cups, and death. Woo! Like I said, for water signs, I'm not feeling this anymore. I'm not connecting dots in this. Oh, and who am I connecting to? They're not feeling it anymore either. Do you want to bring it together anymore? No. Do you want to bring it together? No. You want to keep trying? No. Do you want to keep remaining open towards each other in the heart space? No. Is there a sense of emotional loyalty there now? No. Is there a sense of emotionally having that person's back and wanting to show up for them now? No. Not so much. Not even really for the sake of getting along with the 3 of Cups at the emotional level. It's not too far apart from the 3 of Pentacles. We don't want to force to bring that together anymore. It's kind of like saying, if you're not showing up for me, I don't see why I should show up for you. Do you see why you're so strongly attracted to this one? This one has a very exclusive emotional circle, and you love it. They see emotional connectivity as a point of strength and pride, loyalty, and love. Okay. This is, I don't want to be around you anymore, and I think you feel the same. That's not exactly what I'm sticking up for these days. So I don't know how old this is, but your acceptance of it is incredibly strong. So you know you don't want to connect with that anymore. You have that inclination or that feeling that the waters don't run deep enough to be loyal to it, or it's not deep enough to you anymore to be loyal to it. And the break is there. It's in the process, it's in the works, or you're already recovering from the break. I don't quite know where you are with it. It feels old because it's accepted, but it could be new. Do you see where that fine line is on the distinction? You've emotionally accepted it, but the physical break might still be new. Make sense? Somewhere in there. So the thing about water signs, you can accept something emotionally and it feels like it's done, but you have the 3D reality that needs to catch up to the emotional standpoint, you see? And I think that's what I'm looking at here today. So when you connect with this, I don't know. You do. I believe you do. Oh my. Let's get that advice, please. Let's get the advice. Let's get that advice, please, for Cancer. The moon, the Eight of Cups. Yeah. See, you've known a long time that you are emotionally disconnected from this, but perhaps that would explain it. But you kept it kind of tucked away until you couldn't anymore, right? Perhaps it was a living secret for you for a long time. And then we couldn't, that's why it feels like you're so accepting of it now. You couldn't keep accepting yourself to swallow that secret. But the 3D is just now catching up to you, isn't it? I often say as a water sign, it's indicative to how we feel. Our 3D starts to reflect later. The Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords, Seven of Cups, but your point of view is growing towards a new option. Yeah, ain't it? It's rising towards a new option. You keep your eye on it. Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way you don't know who this is. There's just no way. They have such a distinct signature compared to where you're coming from. Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, Seven of Cups. You're keeping an eye on this as your energy rises towards it and wants to be open towards it. This is it's shutting down because let's just agree neither one of us are emotionally connecting to it anymore, but this is what it could be opening towards. And the more you look at it, the more you're like, yeah, I want that. Five of Cups, what's that? Six of Wands. Seven of Swords. You take no victory in what you're leaving behind. You're not proud of the fact that you kept that sacred as long as you did. Okay. You're not proud of it. Yeah, I know. The Knight of Pentacles, slowly changing course. It took a long time. I got you. Okay, that makes perfect sense now. Yeah, it's what we've been discussing. Both of the implication of being slow as well as having to heal along the way. I don't think you understood how shut down you were. That would explain that hardcore emotional acceptance. And the 3D is just now catching up to you. You're not proud of it. You're not proud of it. You're not proud of it. That it was in you that long. You just now got to recognize it. Just now. But that's why the acceptance is so powerful. But the more you know in this instance, the more it heals you. Which is why I always recommend we go into that moon, clean things out from time to time. Because you cannot fix what you do not acknowledge. So I know you're not proud of it, honey. But the point is that you're doing something about it now, and that's what counts, okay? And it's not just you. I don't know what that is you're leaving behind, but you recognize the lack of emotional loyalty and growth in it, okay? Doesn't seem to have your back anymore, and you don't have its back anymore, I believe. We have two letters here, C and I. We have the dragonfly in reverse. Something here will not transform, I understand. We have the medallion of Pisces. You might have some very strong Pisces in your chart. Could be connected to one. We have the medallion of Capricorn, but it's in reverse. The key word here being ambitious. There's that determination. And then we have the octopus, the giant octopus. You know, the ocean can be so terribly scary, but it represents... The octopus is a frightening creature because it's a fascinating creature too. How does that thing survive down there? That's one of the great mysteries in the unknown. It represents the ocean and the vastness of it, but the willingness to explore it as opposed to shutting it off, which is the moon. The octopus represents the acceptance that things get really weird in the ocean, uncomfortable emotions, but the willingness to explore the great unknown. Even so. Okay. All right, Cancer honey, I do hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well.